He's setting them up. Throws it to fucking Conklin or Rucker. It's really just a Jets chamber pot. Oh, we suck at stuff. To Garrett Wilson.
Oh, what a catch! What a catch!
That was all Zach, everybody. Oh, Quinn gets him. Yeah!
Yes!
Look at this. Oh, a real live offensive touchdown. Got pressure. Run, you idiot. Here we go. Oh, that's a catch. That's a catch. All right, everybody. Garrett Wilson doesn't give a shit. Look at Zachy too, huh? Let's go, Zod. Gibson around the end. Run, little guy. Touchdown. Oh! Are you kidding me? I believe in Zod. Let's go, Jets. All right, here we go again. The season is alive. We are alive, Jets Chaos. I don't know if you knew that, but the Jets are back. We win a game, and we're back. We're going to the Super Bowl, and it all starts today. A very rare 4:25 kickoff time. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the live reaction and watch party for the New York Jets versus the Arizona Cardinals, who intend on running it down our throats today. Frankie from Flatbush, how you doing, good sir? You ready for the game?
Oh, yeah. Let's go bird hunting in the desert, baby.
I wonder sometimes, Jeremy, if Frankie's like, you know what I'm saying tonight? We're going bird hunting in the desert.
It's like, I gotta say, it's like such a cool talent. It reminds me of growing up. There was, you had guys like Marv Albert, Chris Berman, right?
Yeah.
Come up with these things to say. And Frankie, you are not second to any of those guys.
Right. I agree.
I thought of it 2 seconds ago.
Frankie is among the greatest of all time with coming up with those nifty little gems for us. So tonight, we're going bird hunting in the desert, everybody. I don't know if you knew that, but that's what we got going on. Exciting time. So, Jeremy, Jets Chaos, what do you think, buddy? What's going on?
I think that last week in the second half, all of a sudden, the wrist that you couldn't find that pulse, and you were like almost about to declare the time of death, all of a sudden they said, wait, I think I got something.
Yeah.
Now,
a breath of, wait, look at this.
Now, whether or not that turns out to be anything.
Jeremy, Mike Williams just caught a touchdown with 2 minutes left, a bomb.
There you go.
There you go. Of course, of course he did. What do you expect? He's the perfect receiver for them.
There you go.
We got to watch JFM with multiple sacks. We saw Quentin Jefferson today. He flies over into Buffalo, lands, puts on cleats, gets a sack. And now we're watching Mike Williams, a guy we just couldn't figure out how to send down the sideline and throw him the fucking ball. We got to watch him.
It's like, well, I'm so glad we have that fifth round pick and the $8 million of dead cap spread out over the next 2 years instead of actually having Mike Williams, a player who at least provided us depth, something that we hate to have depth. We like
But wait a minute. We used the money we saved on Mike Williams to get. Oh, right. We didn't get anybody.
Oh, that's right. No, we got Schwartz, the brand new, fresh out of the box field goal kicker, Frankie. Riley Patterson, not good enough. We're ready for, you know what we'll do? I think we're going to do a cool thing, which I'm excited about. I think every week we're going to have a new kicker and just see how it goes. Fresh legs, as they say. What do you think of this Schwartz guy? Maybe that's what we did. We got rid of Mike Williams so we can make some room for Schwartz.
Well, he's got leg talent. Don't worry about the field goal percentage in college. Don't worry. Don't look at that. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. I'm going to tell you right now, it was less than 70%, but don't look at it. That doesn't matter because the kid has leg talent. He has leg talent. So,
but let me ask you, why did we get rid of Riley Patterson, who's an 88% kicker, 85,
he
whatever
have
it was.
leg talent. He couldn't kick. Leg talent means, I figured it out, talked about it this morning on the live stream. I figured it out. This goes back to Coach Boyer. Coach Boyer does not want to coach kickoff returns. Doesn't feel comfortable. Feels like that's going to, if somebody runs one back, he's going to look bad. So if he has a kicker who can't kick it through the end zone on the kickoffs, he's got to go. That's Patterson. So now we got the leg talent guys. We got this guy from college, and then we got Anders, whatever his name, Carlson from the Packers. And Packers fans will tell you, oh yeah, Anders Carlson, he'll hit a 50-yard field goal, but then he'll miss all of his extra points. So, yeah. And that's why they had to let him go. So we got all the leg talent people. And the one guy who's 88% career on field goals, he's not good enough because he can't kick it through the end zone on kickoffs. And we don't want to cover kicks.
So that's what it boils down to. We value the lack of return game over the 3 games we lost because of a simple mechanism called the kick. The kick through the uprights.
Think about it. When a kicker misses a field goal, right? Who do you blame? The coach?
Yeah, right. You don't go, man, Boyer sucks.
Yeah. But if they run one back on you, you go, oh, what is Boyer doing? Right? That's the kind of coaches we have, the ones who run and hide when conflict comes. Let's go run and hide. That's what we
run and hide central. That is what we're doing. So, guys, we're happy that you're here. We have a big game today, an NFC matchup, which wouldn't normally have the massive implications that it has today. But as we know, the Jets figured out a way to beat a team last week, and that puts us in the hunt. So we have 2 more games before the bye, today included. So we're going to have the game against the Cardinals followed by a game against the Colts. They were losing, Frankie. What's the score of the Colts game? I haven't checked it in a minute. Did they lose?
I don't know. I can check in a second.
The Colts lost
to the Bills. Well, they're playing the Bills, right?
Yeah, they lost by big.
I hate rooting for the Bills, but it's important that we keep these middling teams in arm's reach, Jeremy. We got
Indy lost. Indy lost.
So
Bills
Indy
win,
lost.
Indy loses.
Yeah, so we get to we have to, we get to stay alive. We have to go on a run. And Carolina, I'm real curious as to your take, everybody. Arizona, they present some particular difficulty for us. They love to run the ball, and they run it very well. And we, interestingly enough, we don't like to defend again. We don't like it. We don't like that. We'd rather you try to pass on us.
No, but running is horrible because then we have to tackle. We don't like that.
Tackling is very difficult. It's hard to coach tackling. So what? We're not going to coach that. It's a lot easier to coach kill the man with the ball and go get sacks, boys. So let's coach that. Let's not coach fundamentals. That's very difficult, of course.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. Now, the truth is that, but like so many teams we've played this year, I believe if you look at it pound for pound, we're a better team. If we fire on all cylinders and we come out ready to play and start from the beginning instead of letting them get into a hole and trying to climb out of it, that whole thing that we like to do since the Saleh regime arrived. If we can do that, truth is we should, and well, let me say this, we could win this game. This is a game we can win. And then follow it with the Colts game heading into the bye. They're no pushovers, but we can beat them too. That would put us squarely, well, not really square, but a little unsquarely at 5-6. So the game after the bye would be to play for 500. But it all starts today. I'll tell you, that Patriots game, we really could have used that one right about now, Jeremy. So look, we only have about, 13 minutes or so until the game starts. So I want to get some predictions, some thoughts, Jeremy. What are you thinking is going to happen today? What are you looking for? Give me a final score.
It's going to be a really, really hard game. When I do predictions, even when I say I don't think we're going to win, I'm going to always predict the Jets win. I think that everybody or a lot of people are severe, in a very big way, are underestimating the Cardinals. If you look at who they've beaten, if you look at their losses and how they got their losses and who they had to play, you'll see this is a team that has done nothing to earn the name Cupcake. So I'm thinking that their defense is bad, though. So I'm thinking a 34-30 Jets win.
Well, and that brings us to Frankie. I want to get your thoughts real quick. I want to mention Yeti, who looks like he's at the game. Section 126. He's been driving for weeks to get out there. He made it to Arizona, and he's in the building.
It's a 2-hour drive for Yeti. He lives in
Tucson. Oh, is that all it is?
He lives in Tucson.
All right. I tried, Yeti. I tried to get everybody feeling sympathy and being impressed with you. Either way, we're happy you're there. The more of us in the building, the better, I'd say. So good for you, Yeti. I hope you get to experience something that I never do, which is a win in person. That'd be nice.
Now, GreenBean, he's from Tucson, and I will confess, there was a lot, and you won't have problems believing this based on how well you know me. For a lot of years into my teenage years, I used to call it Tuscan.
Tuscan, because you're stupid. Well, Jeremy's not stupid, but he definitely has a thing.
I have a thing.
Like Braden Allen. Braden Allen is a tough. He can't get that one. It's if he says Braden, we all know what he means at this point. Yeah. So Frankie, what are you looking for today? What do you expect to see?
Well, I expect to see a lot of running on their part and a lot of throwing on our part. So I think really our only chance is to kind of have a shootout, and hopefully we can win 31-28, something like that, something in that vicinity. I think they're just going to do what all the other teams have done against us, which is A and B gap runs up the middle based on duo and a middle zone blocking. So why do anything different? We haven't proven we can stop it. So let's just keep doing what everybody else is doing. And they have 3 good running backs. For people who don't know, they have James Conner. They also have a kid named DeMarcado, who's also very fast. And they have Trey Benson, who a lot of us liked coming out of the draft. So they use all 3, including, and then Kyler's running ability on top of that. So I think they're going to try to really make it a ground game. I think we're going to try to make it a passing game with Aaron Rodgers, and we'll see who can put up the most points today.
Yeah, and then don't forget another one of our favorites. If you remember this name, everybody, when they do drop back to pass, look for the quite amazing Trey McBride. Everything that we thought he was going to be, he is in the NFL, which is why guys like myself and so many others liked him in the way that we did. I remember people saying, we took him every second-round pick on the, in the Monday Night Mock for a long time. People be like, why do you continually take this guy like he's going to be something special? I'm like, he's that kind of guy. I like him. But he's
don't worry, because we got CJ Uzama. So
okay, that's good.
Don't worry.
Several college coaches that played against him and his coach could not say enough about McBride, about how he was going to be in the NFL. And it's happening. Just it doesn't always happen the rookie year, but he certainly has developed into everything we thought he was going to be.
Yeah, I love him. He's like this Kyler security blanket, as he should be. The good tight ends are always a quarterback's security blanket, and that's what he's developed into. If they get 1 or 2 more receivers, of course they have Maserati Marv now, but 1 or 2 more wide receivers, and this is going to be a dangerous team.
Maserati Marv, I'll tell you. Frankie. Ryan King checking in. My boys, how you doing? How you doing, Ryan? Good to see you. Let's see. Alan Doge checking in. I predict nothing. I'm not falling for it. Right. Alan's not in. He needs a 3-game win streak to even talk. I like it, Alan. I think that's smart. Yeah. Save your heart. Golden Robert checking in. Hey, GreenBean, Jets seem to play a 6-2 stack against the run. Yeah. Dude, I would leave my cornerbacks on islands all day. That's what I would be doing.
But we have been so stubborn about changing the way
we're gonna come out. We're gonna come out and fucking dime. You'll see.
Yeah. We're gonna keep playing dime every time we see 11 personnel.
Yeah, I'm with you, Golden Robert. Frankie, what's the what real percentage of us coming out and looking like we're built to stop the run today, as far as our alignment's concerned?
Well, if we're gonna align against the run, it's gonna basically be a 4-3. instead of the nickel. So we're not going to go 6-2. We're not that creative. As much as I wish we would be, we just are not. We don't even have 5 linemen on the field or even bring linebackers to the line of scrimmage that much to create a 5 or 6 man line with your linebackers. We just don't do that much. If we're going to stack against the run, you're going to see 3 linebackers on the field, which means you'll see a lot of 55 Surratt or 52 Iguavin on the field more than you will see 30 Michael Carter. If you're seeing a lot of Michael Carter, number 30, that means we're in nickel, and that means we're expecting the pass. But if we're trying to stop the run, you'll see 55 or 52 on the field a lot in our base package.
Very nice. That's what I'm hoping to see here. So, guys, let me just it's time to take a look and see what we're going to do here. I got to switch this up here real quick, Jeremy. Here we go. So we're going to take a look and we're going to see what my wagers today are going to be on the Great Bet US. I won 1 of 3 bets last week, I believe. So Jeremy,
yes,
since Frankie don't bet, we're going to talk. Now, guys, I want to remind you, Bet US is offering a 150% deposit bonus for your first deposit up to $2,000 by using the promo code YouTube150. This is what it looks like here. This is the Jets game. I got to get these in quick because it's almost time. So I like the over under. Jeremy, let's say this. Should I take the Jets given 1? Or am I going with the card? I'm gonna take a straight up today.
Look, if you go straight up, you got to go with the Jets because you want to win this, and you don't want to root against your own team.
That's the trap I fall into every time. Yeah. We're gonna do it. We're gonna bet. Let's bet $5. 5T, Jeremy. 5T. Okay.
5T.
And you confirm it. And it's that easy, everybody. Let's go with the over. The over is 46, Jeremy. Yeah. You said it's going to be 34 something else. That would be a 50-something point game.
Yeah, I don't think it's an outrageously high over this the line. Right. So
how about if we go 55?
That's a long shot type
That's
bet.
Outrageously high.
That's a long shot type bet. I mean, even though I predicted that score, it's still a long shot bet.
All right, let's go with a 40. Now I'm giving up 250. I can't do that. I got to go 51. All right, 51 because I'm going to win. I'm going to bet a hundo on it. Okay. And that's what we're going to do. So if I win, it's 165, Jeremy. That's the great thing about having odds. You know what I mean? What else we got?
I'd like to remind everybody on behalf of Bet US that there is something called reverse mortgages in case you are short any cash.
Right. All right. Okay. Well, there you go. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take those 2 bets today. Well, let's do one more. Let's do the half, Jeremy. Yeah, let's do it. So we got the half, 22.5, over or under. Just to say it straight up. Over or under 22.5.
Oh, I think it's going to be, that's a tough one, but I'm going to say over.
I think so too. Oh, I got to put a money dollar amount in there. Let's do a small one. $25. All right. And there it is. Don't forget, guys, Bet US. YouTube 150 is the promo code. Get 150% deposit on your first deposit up to $2,000. 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000. Thank you to Bet US. We'll be staying with them all day. We'll keep track at the half, see how I'm doing. Thank you to Bet US. All right, let's get the score back up here. Let me do the thing. So we're almost there, Jeremy. It's almost time, bud. Are you nervous?
Slightly. I mean, because you know what I said. Like, I'm not letting them hurt me again. So
yes, you are.
I'm not going to get sucked in. If they win today and next week, I'm obviously going to get sucked in. But for right now, I'm not. I have low expectations. I mean, and it's not to be a negative Nilly, but everybody's going crazy because of one half of football. But that's not the issue with this team. The issue with this team is we have no consistency. So, and now we're asking them to win 7 out of 8 games. So, it's a tall order.
Well, it looks like the Steelers are going to win this one, and we get more Jets pain. The winning reception will be a Mike Williams touchdown. We remember we couldn't. He didn't have enough time. He didn't have enough time to click with our offense, and he goes there, and they're like, "Well, how's this? Can you run down the field and catch it if we throw it to you?" He's like, "Yeah, I can do that." And we said, "Okay, let's see how it looks." They did it. He caught it. It's a touchdown. They win. The Jets once again overcomplicate the living hell out of this game of football, and we had to give him away for a fifth-round pick. It's a fucking comedy show, Jeremy, is what it is. I don't like it.
And then our young player who dropped the ball 6 inches short of the goal line came out publicly and said, "I'm not embarrassed."
I know, and you got to calm down. Let me just say this: you need to calm down. He should. What? Are you embarrassed? Are you embarrassed? He's supposed to say, "Yes, I'm embarrassed. Yes, I'm so sad." What he said was this: "I've been in the end zone 200 fucking times in the world. There's nothing anybody can tell me. I just got to hold the ball 6 inches. I got to hold the ball." That is zoning.
I got to hold the ball. He said, "I got to hold the ball till I'm 6 inches past the goal line." So he's going to do it again.
Yes, he said, "Hold the ball 6 inches and I'm good." That's what he's talking about. You guys, Jeremy, and anybody who feels like Jeremy. I'm talking to Jeremy, but I'm talking to everybody. Lighten up.
I want accountability.
Accountability. Of course he's never gonna do that again. Why? Who cares what he says? You know what's so funny about us? We say it all the time. I'm so tired of these interviews. They say the same shit over and over. They say coach speak and I'm going to do better and we're going to fix it. And then we get somebody who goes, "Hey, man, I just got to hold the ball 6 inches." And we go, "Accountability. I want you to be embarrassed." Why does he got to be embarrassed? You know he's embarrassed.
He dropped the football 6 inches before
Jesus.
First touchdown. That's why.
Fucking guys.
I
almost wrote to you in that damn Twitter. I was like, I said, leave it alone.
When he scores, I don't want him dropping the ball a yard past. I want him holding the ball all the way to the ball boy. I want him to give the ball to the ball boy and say, "Bring this to my locker because it's my first touchdown."
Yeah. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to have to fucking take it away. He's going to be running out on the field the next series with the ball in his hand. He's still going to have it. He's never doing it again. I'm telling you guys.
I know.
It's not like he was doing the run backwards thing, pointing at people. He wasn't being a punk. He got excited. He thought he was, you know what I mean? It was this moment.
I would have rather seen the ball backwards thing because it would fit more to the Jets.
The game is on. The game is on.
Oh, the game
is on. For God's sakes, Jeremy. Fucking Jeremy always complaining. JW checking in. What's up, Jay? He says, "What the F, guys? Turn them frowns upside down. We're going to kick some ass." I'm with you, JW. I am. I'm psyched. I think today is going to be a great day. Jason Edwards checking in. Thank you, Jay. It's going to be great. I got the kickoff about to happen, Frankie. I'll get right to you, Jason Edwards. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. There it is, the kick. Frankie, are we aligned? Guy's got leg strength.
Yeah, he's got leg talent. We got our leg talent guy.
So wild right now is that the only way I could watch this game right now
is on your phone.
Is on my phone.
That's bullshit. Go to Crack Streams. What are you doing?
Well, because there's no TV even in this room. I'm at my mother's house. I mean, they're actually.
That's terrible news. Okay, sorry, Jeremy. Yeah, we're gonna have to
see. Here's a pass.
No, don't. No. You're way ahead of us then.
Oh, okay.
All right, here comes. They didn't come out running. They're throwing it deep. DJ Reed. All right, DJ Reed. So Frankie, how aligned are you and I?
I'm hitting pause for a little bit.
Yeah,
they're in the huddle right now. They're in the huddle. Johnson Jr.
Yep, Johnson Jr. Kyler Murray shorter than the rest, right? Kyler's still short.
16, 15, 14, 13.
I got 18. Frankie, push pause for 1 second.
15,
1 second, Frankie.
14, 13.
One Mississippi. Okay.
12,
All right.
11.
Yeah, we're good. Here we go. We got motion. We got a jump. Looks like we broke the neutral zone. Yep, definitely Kinlaw. And they're going to run it. They're going to get the first anyway. Yeah, we had a neutral zone infraction on that play. Jason Edwards checking in. 31-23 Jets. Let's go. I brought my Chris Jenkins jersey today. That's a good one. That's a deep cut. Let's go. I have my A-Rod all black jersey on now. Greatness starts today.
So that was Marvin.
We're going to have to not do that again, Jason Edwards. What's up,
That was Marvin Harrison, by the way, I think. So that they got that completion for what looked like, I don't know, 13, 14 yards.
Yeah, something along those lines. They didn't run yet, which is weird because we're coming out in base. I don't think we are in base, though. Let's see what we got here. Kyler Murray under center. There it is. Pitch. Look at this. Terrible angle from Quincy Williams.
7 yards.
We should have had it in the backfield. That's my thoughts. John Follensby checking in. GreenBean 2028. Right on, dude. We'll get it together. We got time to develop the whole campaign. We'll get it, John.
It's going to be Taylor ham and eggs forever officially in this country. If GreenBean,
the new national breakfast sandwich. I want people in Oklahoma to know about Taylor ham.
Sure.
Look at that screen. Get him! Damn it! Look at this.
Touchdown, almost.
Yeah,
touchdown.
Fucking touchdown, dude. Look at that.
Wow, that was fast.
This defense doesn't look like they are good anymore. Abysmal, Will. Abysmal. I mean, maybe he's at the half-yard line or something like that, but not too difficult, Frankie. It didn't look like we made it too hard on him on that drive.
Nope.
So maybe we're just looking at an offensive game today. That's what we're looking at.
That's the only. That looks like the only hope is that it's just a shootout. Like, let's just have one of those old Miami Jets shootouts with Arizona. 55-48 kind of thing.
Right. Frankie Poot has a great question. He says, "What's on Netflix tonight?" Yeah, that's the question. Brad, hey, did you see Mike Williams got the winning touchdown? I hate the Jets. Nothing. It's never just like, hey, we lose games. There's always more. There's always more. There's just layers and layers and layers.
And then there's so many people who defend the trade of Mike Williams. Well, we weren't using him anyway. Well, if you haven't watched the New York Jets, we have a tendency of getting lots of injuries. And sometimes it's good to hold on to good players, even if they're not playing. So when someone gets injured, you have another guy that has experience that's good that can come in and play. You see, we gave that away thinking that we're a team that doesn't suffer a lot of injuries, and that confuses me.
Well, that's one thing, but then there's the other thing of that's been a consistent theme with this coaching staff since they got here. You have a guy who has a skill set. You can't figure out how to use Mike Williams, even if you use him 2-3 times a game to do a jump ball in the red zone. I mean, he has a skill set. You use it, even if it's he doesn't. He's not going to be your high volume pass catcher, but he can serve a purpose and have a role. And they don't seem to understand those things.
They don't understand that. No, it's frustrating, and it's the same thing that happened to Mimsy. These are the guys that took a young, bustling, bright-eyed young man with all the talent in the world, and they crushed his soul to the point that he's in the UFL or whatever the hell he is.
I mean, even if you wanted to just throw him a 9 route twice a game to loosen up a defense, figure out a role for the guy. He's on your team. He doesn't cost you much in salary and cap. Figure out a role. They just throw him they throw these people in the garbage. This guy's not any good. Mekhi Becton's not any good. Well, Jeff Stoutland figured out how to use Mekhi Becton. He put him at guard. He's doing just fine.
Yep. He's doing just fine.
We thought the Cardinals were going to run against us, so at least it would take 7-8 minutes off the clock for them to score. I didn't know they would say, screw that. Let's just do a screen pass and make it score in a minute.
Where's the one Jets fan in the sea of red? We'll find Yeti. He's in 126, wherever that is.
Already miserable. He's probably already getting the hot dog. He's already getting the hot dog.
Yeah, he's like, all right. I'll tell you.
I am so glad I didn't fly to Arizona for this game.
I'm so glad I picked the Jets. I mean, I don't know how the Jets are favored with anything. I mean, come on. Why are we wasting so much time on this?
Because they're saying he's down.
Who cares? He's going to get in a second.
So I think he's in. That elbow touching? Wow.
Where's his shin? We got to pay attention to where his shin is, everybody. Right. That's what we learned last week.
That was my hope that was going to be our battle cry, that we're going to win 6 games in a row, screaming. I had a dream that we would just scream every time we won a game. The shit is in.
Yeah. So he's at the 1-inch line. Like, all right, let's see if we have a if we hold him to a 3-pointer, that'd be something, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go.
Yeah. If we were able to tackle, that might be something to that. Yeah, I would say that one of the things the new coach next year has to come in and do for this team is really put an emphasis on the fundamentals of football.
Yeah. Yep. All right. 13-13 this season. Only team with a perfect goal-to-go percentage. Oh, look at that. Oh, they're fighting them. They're like, nope, not this time. That's right. All right, Jets. 2 more to go.
I'd worry that he's going to roll out Murray.
I just don't know. I mean, I'm hoping we stop him. That'd be really something. Make the Sherwood tackle into something there.
It would shift the momentum if we stop them.
Yeah. Well, the offense doesn't know how to do that. We're very collected and poised.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, that was good.
There it is.
Yeah. What I was hoping for was very unreasonable because that's called complimentary football.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to I don't even know what that is. You know what's so funny? I mean, obviously I'm looking for a win. I'm rooting for a win. I want to see all kinds of exciting stuff. But I almost feel like it just lose and put me back in my comfort zone. You know what I mean? Like whatever. You know what I mean? Like the angst of thinking you have a chance, you know?
Well, I said it after the New England game. Remember, I said what the worst thing could happen now is they're going to find a way to hurt us again. So if that means winning against Houston and then losing to Arizona or whatever it means, however you could write the script, it's going to be bad for us at the end.
I'll tell you.
We're one of those new wave movies, like the new kind of movies now that have sad endings. This ain't the 80s.
Yeah. So, all right, we're going to brace ourselves for a Kenny O'Brien type of like aerial assault type of a game. That's what we're looking at.
And that would be fun. It would be great to win a game 55-48. I mean, we haven't had, imagine we get to actually score points. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Hey, look, let me say this to everybody. Keep the politics shit off the stream tonight. Whether you're happy or sad about this week, let's all be miserable, okay? About the Jets. That's what we're here to do. Right? We're here to watch this. You know, there's 867,000 channels for politics stuff. Just leave it out if you can. All right? There's just no reason for it, guys. All right, here we go. The kick is about to happen with a kicker that they know, trust.
He could kick it out of the end zone and kick field goals.
Imagine that.
Eddie Pinheiro, by the way, hit a 50-plus yard field goal today. Yeah,
of course. Yeah,
this all goes back to Eddie Pinheiro. It always goes back to the Pinheiros of the world.
Yeah. The guy that we said, no, we don't want a young kicker who made every kick for us. Let's go with the old ancient.
He doesn't have any leg talent.
That's right. He can only kick 50. Everything from 50 and under is good, but that's not enough for us. All right, Aaron Rodgers is under center, everybody. He got 12:58 in the first quarter. Here he goes. He's going to hand the ball off. Why not? Go, Breece Hall. There he goes. First down. 14 or so, Frankie. 13, 14, it looks like.
Nice. Yeah, I gave him
All right.
15.
Nice.
Running out of 11. Running out of 11 again.
That's the way.
Yeah,
That's the way.
That's the way. You mean actually
Italian,
not being completely predictable?
Italian Eddie, Malachi Corley, or what'd you call him, Frankie? What's his name?
Scratchy Malachi.
Scratchy Malachi is playing today. I don't know if he's out, you know how much he'll be, but he's active. Brees Hall up the middle, trips, but still gets 4, 3, 2, 1.
3.5, 4. Second and 7. They're saying under 4.
David Mincer, Jeremy. The comment of the day.
No, we're on delay.
David, it's the way. It's the way.
We can't be.
Plus, YouTube is also delayed. So, like when you're hearing it, we've already watched it too. So just got to get with it. Pause it and hang out with us, David.
Uh-oh.
Look at this. There he goes. Get it to Brees.
Oh, come on, Brees. Ooh, is
That's
he there?
right. 9 yards. That was a weird looking play. It seemed like it was I almost thought the play stopped. That was weird.
Yeah, 3rd and 1. This is an important conversion that we need to make right now.
Grandizer. What's up, Grandizer? Hanging out, moderating. Thank you, buddy. He says that's another New York Jets first down. Is that a first down? 3rd and 1. Let's see.
I don't know. We got look at this. We got 3 guys back there.
Herb Charles is out there, though. He got it. Braylon Allen running the hard yards.
What's his name?
That's the way you keep Brees Hall healthy. What's that?
What was his name? That guy? Braylon?
Brandon Charles. Jeremy. Braden Allen. It's funny because Eddie puts it like I understand it like flying out of your mouth, like because a word slip, but then he writes it. He writes it too, wrong. That's what makes it funny to me. ABT's out there? ABT ain't out there.
Yeah, he is. ABT
really? Oh, look at that.
ABT is out there.
Look at this. Throwing it deep. That's what I call pass interference. We're not going to call that, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Flag.
I like it. I'd like to see, like I said this week, I think really the key to the game this week is keeping their offense off the field. I don't think we're going to be able to stop them all that much. There it is. Pass interference. That's another first down, Grandizer.
What's funny is the defender was upset by the call.
You don't like it?
You mean I'm not allowed to start messing with them and holding them?
He doesn't like that shit. He's like, come on.
Let me get away.
That's a grab.
Let me get away with that. Come on.
Yeah, come on. All right, here we go, guys. 1st and 10. Jets are at the 33-yard line of the Cardinals. Look at this. Oh, that's the run. Braylon Allen breaking free for about 12 and a quarter, Frankie. 12 and a quarter.
He tripped the last 7 yards.
Yeah.
It's hard to tackle a guy that's tripping. He fell down. But he fell 7 yards down, Steve. So.
All right. Here he goes. Get it to Kenny Yeboah. All right. Good, Kenny.
Yeboah. Part of our offense now.
That's right. Part of the offense.
Kenny Yeboah.
Kenny Yeboah hurting dudes. Look at that.
Okay, GreenBean, when we signed...
You don't run against Kenny Yeboah and think you're going to just walk away unscathed now, do you?
GreenBean, when we signed Kenny Yeboah as an undrafted free agent, nobody reached out to you and told you.
Oh. Well, it's funny, too, because we were live for 3 days, and I was actually in my RV. I was in Virginia. I remember exactly where I was. I was in a place called Old Country, or whatever the fuck it is, and I was exhausted. So, like, when we were done with the stream, I, shut it off and, put my phone. So when I came back to all of it at once. You know what I mean? It was like, blah, blah, blah. It was madness, but that's my boy.
When that came out that they signed him, I don't think there's a single Jet fan that didn't yell, GreenBean.
I know. There he is. Mark, look, I'm all about it too. And you know I love you, Mark. But if anybody on our team should be wearing 88, it's fucking Kenny.
Well, they need to just retire the right numbers. You know what I mean? Like, if we're gonna have sacred numbers, then just retire the number. Put the guy in the circle of fame or whatever we call it, and then he can't. You know what I mean? Like, if it's really that much, like probably 85 too. Like I'd say Wesley Walker should be retired.
85.
Yeah, 85. Wesley Walker. I mean, if you're going to retire Altoon, you got to retire Wesley Walker.
I think if Altoon's career wasn't cut short, if we'd have a conversation. Like I'd love. The truth is, I was a Wesley Walker guy over. I loved Altoon, of course, but I was Wesley Walker, just like in the Corbett, like Keyshawn years. Like a lot, you had your fave. I was Keyshawn while they were together, and then when we traded him, obviously, I loved Corbett, but yeah, man, like Wesley Walker was my guy out of the two.
Was my guy. When I was a kid and I heard that he was legally blind in one eye and still kicking ass on a football field, I was like, oh, that has to be my guy.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Makes it that much better.
It was so much fun when Ken O'Brien would just throw deep down the sideline, and there was Wesley, man.
They had that famous like deep post that they connected on all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like when I think of Kenny O and like that's the play I see. I see that deep post.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I loved it.
Always Miami.
I'm with you, Brad. Again, good to see you, buddy. Armani AD checking in. What's up, bud? He says, "Hey, fellas, I appreciate all of you for guiding us out of the darkness and misery week after week. May the shin be with us today." That's great. That's right. Bow it to the shin.
Hey, it was 2nd and 5, and they changed it to 2nd and 6.
They did. While we weren't looking, they thought.
They did that.
All right, 2nd and 6.
Corley might be in there.
Rodgers back to pass, throws it to Garrett Wilson. He gets the first. At least I hope where his feet landed with the ball was passed.
I think the referee went right to that spot.
Good. Good. That's what I want to see. All right. No darkness today. Mr. Terrible takes. Rodgers throwing 4 touchdowns. I'll tell you, Mr. Terrible, that doesn't sound like you. Who stole Mr. Terrible's moniker here? Hands off to Brees up the middle. Nice hole. Yeah, gets 4. 1, 2, 4.
That was Brees.
We got to keep their offense off the field. That's the goal today.
4 yards wins the game. I heard
4 yards to play.
Keep their offense off the field, but also score touchdowns.
Yes, key. The other part.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you fall down 7-0, you have no choice. Now you got to score.
Well, we have a choice.
I mean, you don't have to.
You have to try. You have to try.
Aaron Rodgers in shotgun fakes the handoff. Doesn't look like anybody's open, but he's throwing it. He's out of bounds. Good catch, but out of bounds. 3rd and 6 up, and we might get to see our brand new, fresh out of the box field goal kicker if they don't get in here.
Oh boy, come on, guys! I don't want to stop the drive now. It was such a good drive. Come on, they got to convert now.
Yeah, man. Come on, everybody.
So number 14 in the game.
Number 14, Scratchy Malachi. Did he always raise? Like, I don't know. All right, here we go. Aaron Rodgers, empty backfield, everybody.
Yay.
Tried to draw him off. He's got 5 seconds. All right, back to pass. Got some pressure. Aaron Rodgers rolling out. Gosh darn it.
Thought when Rodgers came, we'd
darn
it when we're in the red zone. Touchdowns. But
you gotta love telling the defense exactly what you're gonna do beforehand. Let's empty out the backfield so they don't have to worry about the handoff.
I really don't like it, Frankie. I mean, 3 offensive coordinators in a row all have chosen to do that. What is that? Like consistently
it's supposed to be
3rd and short.
It's supposed to be Hackett's specialty, the gold zone.
Yeah.
Oof.
All right. Well, we got some points.
Okay.
There he goes.
Good job, Schrader.
Schrader. If his first name
All
was
right.
Ricky, it would be great.
All right. We showed we can move the ball, and we showed we can hold, have some nice possession and get points. So that's good. That's a better start than we're used to on the offensive side of the ball, everybody.
Yes.
So I'm okay. Frankie, what were we seeing on that drive, buddy?
So it was an 11-play drive. We ran the ball 5 times, 6 passes. We were very effective, almost all exclusively in 11. So out of the 11 personnel, so out of the 11 plays, all but 3 were in 11 personnel. We had 2 12 personnel, 1 21 personnel. So we had a pony package. That was the and we threw out of the pony package to Garrett Wilson. That's where we got the DPI out of, interestingly. So I think mostly our run game was effective. We had Hall with a 15-yard run, then a 3-yard run, 1-yard run for a first down, Allen with a 12-yard run, then Hall with another 4-yard run. So the ground, we're making some good gains on the ground. We got 1 DPI to keep the drive going, but mostly came right out of 11. Surprisingly, 8 out of 11 plays, we were in 11 personnel. So, and using Irv Charles was on the field a couple of times that people might have noticed, number 19, and also Scratchy Malachi, who's trying to change his name to Catchy Malachi. But so far, no good.
He's actively in talks to change his name to Catchy Malachi.
Yeah.
And not drop it before the end zone, Malachi. A little less catchy for Malachi.
Yeah, like maybe keep the ball attachy to your body, Mr. Malachi.
That's so good. Scratchy, catchy, attachy. I like it. Frankie pulling him out. So 11 personnel, everybody. Look, the truth is I prefer it with the way our team is right now. Don't show them. Don't telegraph. We don't seem to have the beef to be able to just say, "This is what we're doing," and win. We do that, we lose the battle. So you got to have some trickery. At least you got to pause them for that half a second with them thinking. You got to make them think. 11 personnel seems to do that. I've been there, Frankie. I've been out in Arizona. That's that. What are those cactus called again? What are those types? There's a national park. It's all those cactus. I've been there. So you guys knew. What's that cactus called, everybody? Like the famous cactus you see in all the Looney Tunes cartoons and shit.
Well, we got 2 touchbacks, so that's more than Patterson could do. So you can see why we got this guy now.
I know that there's a nice little cactus area in Balboa Park in San Diego. And it looks like the Dr. Seuss kind of cactus in all his books.
Really? Okay. Well, let me see. Saguaro. That's what it's called, everybody. Saguaro cactus.
Oh, Knobcraft knew.
Yeah, Knobcraft coming in. John LP coming in.
He's a
the
chef.
Waz also helped us out. Bill Adams took a stab. Dead wrong. But I appreciate the effort, Bill.
Oh, they're running
right.
in. Oh.
Here he goes. Kyler Murray back to pass. Quentin Williams is fat. Okay, Sauce gets him. There's no way. If there's ever if they start running, there is literally a less than 0% chance that Quentin Williams is getting that sack. That's the way I see it. All right. Kyler Murray.
Only if he didn't see him. Kyler Murray would have had to not see
him. Right. You got to blow through and crush him. If there's any running out of the pocket, there's just no way. With all respect. Of course, they're different bodies. All right, back to pass. There he goes. Quentin almost got him. Wide open again. How you not covering Marvin Harrison, everybody?
I don't understand. We didn't let him. I guess we weren't looking at him during the draft process, so we didn't realize.
Yeah. Holy shit. Who's this guy? David Staples checking in with his members super chat. Thank you for the support, being a stream beaner. GreenBean, did you get the chicken I sent you? I'll admit I didn't. Now, is that a rubber chicken? Is that a chicken dish? Is it a chicken? A live chicken, David? What's going on? Talk to me, buddy. All right. It's 1st and 10. They hand the ball off, runs into the pile, keeps chugging. Come on, guys. There we go, pushing him back. Jalen Mills going after the ball aggressively. I love to see that.
Yeah.
I love to see it.
Mills, nice. Really one of the few bright spots of the season.
Yeah. And he's a Patriot. So what do you know? Can you get me a Dr. Pepper? All right. Got Diet Dr. Pepper today here. All right. That's nice to see. Kyler Murray, 2nd and 9. He's in shotgun. Look at that. Yeah, they run through the whole. Look at this, guys. Who was fuck was that? That was Quincy, dude. Why are we like trying to drop the hits still to this day? They don't know how to wrap their arms.
The fall of our defense after the last couple of years is just outrageous.
Watch the way he shoots the gap.
Well, teams figured out this defense. I mean,
yeah,
it's A-B gap runs. It's like it's so obvious.
And we don't change it. We don't do anything.
Well, that play was key. Like you saw Kinlaw, he just like took off. And it's like, well, how about holding your spot? You know, like at least have some gap responsibility, but there's none.
Yeah. We're finding out why these first round picks are even available to us because they didn't work out. Just because they were a first round draft pick doesn't mean they're going to suddenly come here and be good players.
But Saleh knew them, so
yeah,
must be good if Saleh knows of them.
Yeah, and we know that Ulbrich is going to take a real hard look after the game.
He's going to take a hard look for sure. Taking a hard look at it.
Yeah. We'll take a hard look at that.
Chewing green gum. I'm not sure if you guys knew that, but Ulbricht's gum of choice is green.
What is this guy talking about? What is the ref talking about?
I don't know. I got him on silent, Frankie. What is he saying?
That like, what is it? Oh, something on the clock.
Yeah, he's saying we got a discrepancy.
Yeah, I don't like.
We got to give them more time to beat the Jets. Must happen.
I don't.
You got a 2nd and 8 though, everybody. Everybody's got their timeouts, Jeremy. I'm not sure if you were wondering.
Oh yeah. It's but that's an accomplishment for us. We went a whole drive and we didn't use up a timeout.
Yeah, we didn't use a timeout. That's pretty big news.
No.
Good job.
We didn't. I don't even think we took a penalty in that first drive.
Oh my God, Jeremy! Knock on some wood. Holy shit!
I am.
I see a yellow mouthpiece. It looked like a flag. Okay, Kyler Murray back to pass. He's throwing it. Trey McBride catches it. 4 Jets in the neighborhood. Jake checking in. The only reason we beat Houston is they stopped running up the middle. We just can't stop it.
That's true. That's actually true.
Yeah.
And plus, CJ couldn't hit the side of a barn in that game for some reason. It was very uncharacteristic for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that monster. We could have had that dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's a monster.
We didn't want him.
No, we don't like guys like that.
We got CJ Uzama. Turn around, dummy. Why don't these people turn around?
I don't know. Yeah, how could you think that's a good play? I don't understand. I mean, DJ Reed's a stud, but it's like he's pumping his fists. Like, how do you think? That's good.
Also, I don't understand the technique. Like, why isn't he shaded? I don't want to get into a technique discussion, but I don't understand the technique where you're totally turned around with your back to the quarterback like that. Because you can never see the ball. How's he supposed to know when the ball's arriving?
He learned it from Sauce. He's trying to look at the guy's eyes or something. But I mean, this seems to me like pee-wee football that you learn. Like you're gonna like the first thing you learn as a defensive back. That would be like the first thing I ever taught them. You have to turn towards the ball, especially if you're going to make contact with the receiver. Otherwise, they're going to call the flag on you every single time.
All right, big stop there. Kinlaw and Sherwood. Kinlaw does seem fired up today. He's getting nice penetration consistently. So maybe that'll turn into something here today.
Just needs to be disciplined. Like, you know,
Right.
like you said, stay in your gap, do it, but you got to still stay in your gap.
Tony Adams, McDonald, and Reed running off the field. Michael Clemens on the field, everybody. Here's a big play from Michael Clemens. I sense it.
Yeah, let's bring in the guy.
Sherwood covering McBride head to head. There's the matchup. And they're going for it. Right to him.
That looks so easy, but it was incomplete, I think.
He pushed off him, too. He pushed Sherwood.
It was
so we went heavy. We came in with a goal line alignment, and then they threw off of it.
Yeah.
Which forced Sherwood to cover.
I mean, it was clear. That's why I'm saying that's the matchup. I'm looking at McBride on Sherwood. I'm going to him 9 out of 10 times, Frankie.
Yeah.
With all due respect to Sherwood, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Especially with his hand in a cast. I mean, Sherwood has had his hand in it wrapped up in some sort of thing for weeks now.
3rd and goal, everybody.
We don't know what we're doing.
Rolling out. Oh, it's as easy as pie.
We don't know what we're doing.
Nope.
So I think
there's going to be some sort of hold.
Offsides on us.
No. Oh, yeah. Okay. They're going to decline that, I think.
Of course.
I think they'll probably decline.
I think they're going to decline it.
I think they might literally score a touchdown every time they get the ball. It doesn't feel like we're putting up any like resistance at all. Like it's not even hard for them. kind of ugly. Clemens is really, really bad. I just want to say.
He gets a sack every game.
I know, but does he a sack every game?
No, of course not. But he does get more sacks than you think. But sacks aren't everything. That's the thing. Sacks are just the glitz of it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but when you rest of the game, you're getting run over and just pushed out of the way. It's rough.
Oh man. All right, it's up to our offense today, everybody. I mean, we had a couple nice stops there. I thought that we might have some ability to stop them a little bit, but nope, not just yet. But here, don't forget, everybody, BetUS is giving you guys a great deal. The Jets make you sad, BetUS make you happy. 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000 with the promo code YouTube150. All right.
You think you get the over on that first half over you put 50 on?
22.5.
Yeah.
22.5 we're looking for.
It's looking good.
We got 17 right now.
I think Arizona is going to get the overall over that by themselves.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, Clemens has no ability to really seal the edge. He just doesn't. No, but we don't know, again, like what they're telling these guys to do. Like the whole hair on fire thing. Like you see it on the interior. We have no real gap responsibility. There's no discipline in there. And the same thing happens on the edges, too, in many respects. I'm not trying to let Clemens off the hook. But at the same time, it seems to be consistent with all the players that they can get around the edge on us a lot.
Yeah, but that's why I think if you have a defense these days where tape is ubiquitous, the minute you do something these days, tape is everywhere, right? Everyone sees it. Everyone knows it. There's no problem. You can't have a defense that's simple and just does the same thing all the time. You need to be adaptable. You need to give them unscouted looks. You need to cloud the picture for the quarterback. Seems like Kyler's just looking at it, knows exactly what he's looking at, and he runs the exact right play against that defense because we're not making it hard on him. And that's really the problem. It's just a matter of unless you have just elite players at every single position, which is going to be rare on defense, you have to change it up. You have to give some sim pressures, some fire zone dropping. You have to do different things. Otherwise, he's just going to look at it and go, I know exactly what you're doing. I know exactly what to run against it. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. And we're seeing what happens.
I mean, he sees it twice a year against the Niners, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like he has plenty of practice. He sees this defense constantly. So, and here we are. We're just going to come in it with worse personnel, or just we don't execute as well as the Niners do. So it's like an easier version of the same defense.
Yeah.
We don't have a Fred Warner and a Nick Bosa and all the people they have.
Right. All right. Well, another touchback. JW checking in says, sorry, I tried to cheer us up. Don't you apologize. I'm right with you, buddy. This is a long game. We're going to score a touchdown. It's 14-10. We're going to do this thing today. You'll see. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, everybody.
It's going to be great.
Jake checking back in. Happy. You realize I'm using it to bet the Jets. Well, that's the problem with us, Jake. That's my issue anyway. All right. We got Garrett Wilson in motion. Fake handoff. Throws it to Braylon Allen. Gets in the open. Runs over one dude. Gets about, what did he say, 7, 8 on that one?
Something. It had to be 7, I think.
I give him 7.
Oh, they're saying 6. It's amazing.
Still the same success rate anyway on my scoring thing.
What's that? All right. We got
Oh, no, it's 7. They gave him the 7, Frankie.
Okay, handing it off to Brees, who had room and then got crushed in the backfield or looked like a loss.
No, I gained 1.
Line of scrimmage. He gained 1.
That's a very important yard because it makes it 3rd and 2 now, which is very different than 3rd and 3. It's a little bit more of a possibility that you can scare them with a potential running play. Once you get into 3rd and 2, instead, above that, they kind of start really expecting pass. But it doesn't matter because we have nobody in the backfield, so they know we're going to pass.
Right. We are definitely passing unless Aaron Rodgers just runs. Oh, that was Scratchy Malachi for the first down, everybody.
Scratchy Malachi.
Quick, nice quick pass. I love it. There he is, W. There he is. Corley, the Yak King. He got himself an extra 6 inches of yak, and that was all we needed.
Now let's see if we can start building up his career. It'd be nice to see him start building his career.
That's right. Here he goes. Got a 1st and 10. Handing the ball off to Brees. Gets crushed. Gets a yard. Came from behind, from the opposite side. And because the blocking actually started to look like it was developing nicely, but it closed down on him.
It just closed down.
Yeah.
AVT. A little bit of a block, as one of our people are saying.
Okay. 2nd and 9, everybody. It's exciting times. Aaron Rodgers has Brees in the backfield. Gets it to Brees. Oh, we get good open field tackle. Gets about 3.
I noticed that about these other teams. And I just noticed on that play, other teams seem to know how to tackle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
BG the Kid says, how's ABT playing this year? He's still a keeper? Well, he just came back. So let's see. I'll watch ABT on this play for you, BG. What happened?
Yeah, he had a good block on the last drive. He helped spring Brees Hall.
All right. Well, we saw 17 points in the first quarter on BetUS. I have 22.5 as the first half over under. I got the over, so we're in good shape for that at least. But I'd love to see the Jets actually get some of those points. That'd be nice. I mean, AVT's playing well, but once again, he's injured. He's on the field today. Let's see, man. If he just missed a couple games, that's a different story. Hopefully, he can stay healthy the rest of the year.
We picked up his 5th-year option, so he's going to be with us next year. The question is going to be, what do you do after that? I said this morning that I think in the draft this year, 3rd round, we got to pick a guard, and that way that guard becomes your AVT insurance and comes in if he's injured, and then if we decide to let him go, he replaces AVT, or if we decide to let Simpson go, then become our other guard. So I think we're going to have a very unexciting draft. Defensive tackle.
Excited. The more
defensive tackle, offensive tackle, guard. That's what I think.
Good. That's all we want. That's the problem.
Trenches.
Yeah, I'm all about the trenchers, everybody.
I think we have to just do that every year until we finally do it right.
Yeah.
Question is, who will be picking them?
That is the question. I'll tell you what, it's really something how our defensive line has been such a strength and how quickly we just.
That's the most unforgivable thing for me for Joe D. If you're going to run this defense, which is not my preference, but if you're going to run it, you have to put so much resources on that defensive line. You have to put premium resources. You cannot do the opposite and hollow out the defensive line with this alignment. Like you can't. You can't just trade JFM for nothing and no reason. You can't not acquire, like what the Bills did is what you should do. The Bills acquired 2 guys at the trade deadline. They signed them because they got released, Quentin Jefferson and some other guy. But that's what you kind of have to do. And they run a defense similar to ours because you need reinforcements. I mean, these guys get worn down, they get injured, and et cetera. So that's the kind of approach you need. You can't hollow it out and then not address it and think, some UDFAs are going to fill the gap. That's not going to work.
I'll tell you, Frankie, we really would. We're missing JJ right about now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he would be nice to have.
He'd be nice to have, but you can't think everybody's going to stay healthy. This is
right.
the NFL.
Well, and even worse, it's the Jets.
Yeah,
every year.
We have a stadium where this playing surface is frozen concrete.
Right. 3rd and 5. Aaron Rodgers in shotgun. Breece Hall to his left. In my opinion, we should get a first down. Garrett Wilson, there he goes. Still running.
Very nice.
Taking some hits.
He is still the target. People thought he might lose targets with Devontae Adams. No, Devontae Adams is opening it up for him.
Yep, and that's the way it should be. Alexandra checking in. How did our D fall this far off a cliff in 1 year? I think, Walt, we were just talking about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think her comment came in before that, Frankie. I don't scroll to the bottom because they'll tell me what's going to happen. You know what I mean? They're like TD or fucking interception. Breece Hall running up the middle. Nice. Gets about 7.
That's what you want to do on first down.
Yes. Unless it's stopped, then it's like, why aren't we throwing on first down? That's the way I like to be a fan.
But you know what? But in this game, we've been semi-successful running the ball. So it's okay to be running the ball on first down. If we, up till now, have not been having success, it would get frustrating.
Yes. All right. Well, it's 2nd and 4, Jeremy. Aaron Rodgers is under center. Going to hand the ball off to Breece, who finds his way to the first down. I see Rucker trying to keep him upright. There you go.
Picking him up, too. Helping him up.
That's right.
Jeremy Ruckert. You get a star.
Yeah. In addition to that, though, Alexandra, is the injuries in the defensive backfield haven't helped. CJ Mosley's injured on top of that, and we all love Sherwood and all, but, CJ Mosley was the leader of the defense. We lost that. We lost Chuck Clark. Tony Adams was out a number of weeks. DJ Reed's out a number of weeks. So it's like, there's a lot going on this team this year. All right, hands the ball off to Braylon Allen, who gets hit, 2 yards in the backfield.
You can't come in with 13 personnel and then think you're going to trick them.
Yep.
Like they're like, no, you're running.
And you could see it. Like they were all pumped up. They knew exactly what we were going to do. All their guys came, it's just so.
And here comes Buda Baker. That's the safety coming up, reading it. Like you got Buda Baker on the other side. This guy's a football genius, Buda Baker. God's sakes, man.
Yeah. It was
not
going to fool that dude.
We actually went backwards. It's just,
Yeah, here we go. 2nd and 11. Hands the ball to Braylon Allen this time, running up the middle for about 5, maybe 6.
And it seems like we run a lot better out of 11 because they don't know that we're going to run.
Exactly.
It's simple. It's not so complicated.
Yeah, I hear you, Jason. But CJ not having him at all, and when he was on, CJ is still a good football player.
And plus, it means that the other guy has to come in who's replacing Sherwood. You know what I mean? Sherwood used to be linebacker 3. Now we have to have a Guavin linebacker 3. That's a big downgrade.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers back to pass. Terrible pass. And it's 4th down.
What happened to
you know what I say?
No.
You can't. 4th and 6.
Aren't they in a part of the field where you can?
You can. You can go for it, but, you know.
Why the hell? I mean, it is confusing as hell to understand why Rodgers not on the same page with anybody. We got him his security blanket, and he's still not on page with him. What the hell is going on?
It leads you to believe it's him.
Yeah, 41 years old, and sometimes, you know.
Okay, he made it through. Oof.
Maybe the assumption
shouldn't be.
Maybe the assumption shouldn't be that everybody could play quarterback after 40.
Well, that's that's going to be the conversation of the offseason, really, because the hell are we going to do? I think he wants to come back next year personally. And we got to see how he does the rest of the year. But I mean, this is frustrating to watch.
Yeah. Because we're moving the ball too. You know, we should be getting in the end zone. This would be great as a 14 up right now. It would be great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but it's like, it's hard to say that it's not going to be 21-6, but from what we're watching, it's hard to believe that it's not going to end up that way because we're not even coming close to stopping them. It feels like
we haven't stopped right.
Yeah, like have we gotten even into a situation where they had 3rd and 9?
Oh, I don't know.
It doesn't feel like it. It feels like they haven't even gotten to 3rd down very often.
Jeremy, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Who remembers? Maybe Frankie remembers. Frankie, what were we seeing on that drive there? Were we changing things up a bit or what?
Well, it was 11-play drive, 6 runs, 5 passes. Came out with 2 in a row, 21 the package. Threw 1 pass out of it and ran out of it. Then it was 11 and 12. We were running well out of 12. Hall had a 7-yard run. Hall had a 6-yard run. But then we came out with 13 personnel and try to run. See, I like 13 personnel where you pass. So we're running the ball pretty well. I mean, we are moving the ball. We just are bogging down in the red zone again. Sound familiar?
Yep.
And we're having to now the kickers come in and made his 2 field goals. So that's a positive. Those are the first field goals for Schrader in his entire career. So that's nice.
Yeah.
That.
We got that, everybody. Hey, think about this, man. We started this game with 2 offensive scoring drives. What do you think of that, Jeremy? That's pretty good news.
Yeah, if you want to look at it from a positive perspective. You know, if the defense was really good today, and like the defense we had the past 2 years when we were up 6-0, we would be feeling very differently. And we'd be saying, yes, we need to make some adjustments so we can actually get in the end zone. But we'd also be saying this is still 2 field goals and 2 drives. Much, much better than the crap we've had the last 2.5 years for the most part.
So now we have the kid made 2 field goals and 3 touchbacks. So, I mean, looking for positives. Maybe this kid is, who knows? But at least he has 3 balls through the end zone, touchbacks.
The sad thing is too little, too late.
Yeah.
Hey, they're scoring drives. It's not 14 zip right now. So that gives it's really I'm going to tell you what's really going on. It's 2 touchdowns versus 1 touchdown, and Zerline missed the extra point. That's what happened. See, it's not that bad. We're working on it. We're working it out, everybody. The unit checking in. Oh, well, Kyler Murray back to pass. Look at this. You got to get him. That was an opportunity. Okay, a little loss. About half a foot loss on that one. If they come out and score for the 3rd drive.
Look at this. We have a coach that's actually talking to players in between.
Give him some credit.
This is something I've been asking for more than 4 years.
For years.
A head coach who actually says, I have to talk to these guys.
Yeah, right. I know. I wanted to see Saleh do that once. Now, argument is that's the head coach. He probably shouldn't be doing. Well, I don't know. Look at this. Get him. Okay, they got a 5-yard gain on that one. 4 or 5.
At least we have a third down situation.
That's right. We do.
If we could just stop them now.
So the unit says if they come out and score in the third drive or on a Swiss cheese defense, the game will literally be a wrap. Not literally.
We need to blitz. Yeah. I would like to. Can we have a blitz? Can we recognize that we're not going to get home with our dudes? We need a blitz. And a successful.
I want to see pressure, errant throw, pick 6. That'll change it.
Oh, yeah.
Herwood sees something. Marvin Harrison in motion. Settles in. Kyler Murray back to pass. Here comes some pressure. Get him.
Yeah, let's go.
Soft.
Oh, my God. Soft. Oh, my God. He just did.
Get that. I can't. There's your all-pro, everybody. He's an all-pro. Look at this tackling form. Wow. Amazing.
Unbelievable.
Worst tackler in football, ladies and gentlemen.
Doesn't know how to tackle.
Tackling's important on defense, in case you were wondering.
That was unbelievable. That was it. We had him. Everything was there.
Just call a screen.
Who needs tackling when you could have strain, violence, and whatever else they're preaching over there?
All he had to do was hit him in the legs. Like, I don't know. We consistently tackle high, especially when it's tight ends. I don't understand. There goes Quinnen. Yep. I saw it too. I saw it happen.
Well, we don't need to have tackling because, I don't know if you guys listened to Sauce Gardner on the Richard Sherman podcast, making all sorts of excuses for his tackling. Oh, well, if you gang tackle, it really doesn't matter. And sure, I'd like to be a complete corner, but every corner misses a tackle every now and then. It was just excuse after excuse, which, if you think about it.
What did Richard Sherman say?
Sherman was letting him off the hook, being nice to him. He wasn't going to grill him. They're buddies, but he was, he didn't call him out on it. But if you listen between the lines, it was like, okay, this is the excuses, because Saleh was Mr. Excuses and Olbrecht's Mr. Excuses. And so the players are Mr. Excuses.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least they didn't drag this longer, and that's just putting us out of our.
The sad thing is they played that perfectly. It was done. It was over. The play was over and dead. All he has to do is tackle the man.
That's right. All you had to do was tackle.
And then Williams is not on the floor right now, injured also either.
Yeah,
that's right. Then Quinnen Williams doesn't hurt. You see it all. Thank you, Jeremy. You see it. UQ sees it.
Now the wind might have gotten knocked out of him, but based on what I could see, right, it looked like it is possible that it was just the wind being knocked out of him.
Well, now that's the other thing that's so stupid about this defense. You're expecting defensive linemen to have the same kind of stamina that linebackers have, Like if we were in a 3-4, the linebackers, the 4 linebackers are the superstars of the defense. And those are your better athletes. Like these big, huge defensive linemen can't exactly be, track stars as well. Like they're not going to be able to run down these mobile quarterbacks. So it's just another reason why this defense is structurally flawed.
Yeah. Tony, the GM, bringing up something interesting that I actually saw earlier. Where is it? Did you guys know that Kelvin Beachum, a guy that we thought was washed while Adam Gase was still here, is their starting left tackle? But interestingly enough, right next to him is Tristan Colon. The guy, when we brought in Wes Schweitzer, we also brought in Tristan Colon and got rid of Colon and kept Wes Schweitzer.
That's the more difficult one to understand, because Tristan Colon was a very promising young player that we really should have kept. That was dumb.
I'm with you, Frankie. I said it time and time again. That's the guy that we should be keeping.
Yeah.
And but hey, if we kept with Tristan Colon, we never would have got to see numerous plays in the same game where the right guard, Wes Schweitzer, was literally on his back. And one of those, he was on his back and still got called for a hold.
And then we purposely came into the season this year, with him as our backup guard.
Primary.
Yep. Our primary backup guard in all three positions, center, right guard, and left guard. That was our plan.
Get him, Reddick. Come on. Look at this. There he goes. Come on. Why can't you just tackle him? Why does he got to get 3 more yards?
They honestly, it feels like that they don't. It's not like a made up thing. They did not in camp clearly make their focus fundamental football. Like
no, their whole mantra is violence and strain and whatever. It's not fundamentals, technique, and tackling.
Nope.
Quinnen is back in.
Yeah,
that's good.
All right, we got a 2nd and 4. They fake the handoff. Here comes some pressure. Look at that.
Murray is really killing us. I don't know who this guy is. Higgins. Murray's killing us with his arm. Really, he's doing a nice job. Yeah. He's diagnosing. He's reading the field out.
No pressure.
Flag.
Very little pressure.
Their offensive line. That's on us. That's going to be decline. But their offensive line in total is really good.
Mr. Flowers checking in. That is a horrible rendition of the interview. They talked about how Sauce has to work on his technique, and Sherman is going to do that with him in the offseason. Sherman tells Sauce he is too high. Well, and we just saw it live.
Yeah. Well, good.
Go ahead.
Sure, I'm sure Sherman's going to work on it with him. Sure, I'm sure he will. Yeah, but if he does, I'm all for it. That's wonderful. Great.
What do you think Ulbricht's going to do about it, Frank?
Ulbricht,
get him! There you go.
Took his helmet off.
Too bad that wasn't the ball, or his head wasn't in there.
Yeah,
I would love to see if his head was in the helmet and it rolled down this fucking field like that. Wouldn't that have been good, Frankie? Would you have cheered that?
No, I would rather the ball be popped out and we get a fumble and pick it up and run it in for a touchdown. How about that?
Then his head rolling down the field? I don't know. That's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, Frankie.
Yeah, I'm not into decapitation like that.
No, I didn't think I was, but at that moment, that was what I really wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, how did he not fumble? My God, good job.
He did. He did. It just
kind of did, but he got it.
But still,
he fell right and
found a way to still land and they
landed on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here comes the run. Quincy Williams with the tackle again. All right, Quincy. Somebody get fired up in this piece. Thanks, Mr. Flowers.
Okay.
It's hard to give a synopsis of a full interview, especially when we were talking about the thing that we were talking about. Jake Assman checking in to tell us he hates the team.
But we love you, Jake.
Oh, yeah, we all feel the same. If there's a pick 6, we're going to love it. We are a frustrating batch of work, though, I'll tell you.
But it's 3rd and 10 now. If we could
3rd and 10.
If we could stop them and then score, they kick a field goal, we score a touchdown, it'll be close.
Look at Quincy. He's all fired up.
Oh, he better be.
What Arizona's probably thinking is, how do we get the ball to a receiver and put them in a position where they're relying on Sauce Gardner to tackle them?
I mean, dude, if they throw it to the guy he's covering, you know what I mean?
I mean, and that we were blitzing on that one, actually, and we were calling for the blitz. They blitzed, and it just so happened that Sauce got left on McBride, and you got to be able to make a tackle. You're 6 feet.
Everything was perfect, right? It's like the play worked. It wasn't the play. It wasn't the design. It wasn't anything. He missed it. Yeah, he was in position. He had it. He's just got to drop low and take him out at the knees, dude. It's just simple stuff. Sprague checking in. What's up, buddy? Hey, GreenBean, my wife is currently at Mass General Hospital fighting for her. Holy shit, William. An extremely rare condition. Just wondering if I can share her GoFundMe and you could possibly put it. Yeah, go ahead. Send it, man. Thank you for asking, but send it. We'll keep our eye out for it. I'll pin it to the top of the chat. I'm terribly sorry to hear that, William, and I'm sending whatever positivity I can, my friend.
Sorry, bro. I've been there, so I'm with you, bro.
Yeah, let's all send some positivity to William and his wife. Send me the GoFundMe. I'll put it in the chat, William. All right.
Yes.
Wow. Damn it. On 3rd and 10, fucking Trey McBride.
Because tight ends aren't important.
We got CJ Uzama.
Ashton Davis.
But really not enough pressure, and then we're covering him in the slot with Isaiah Oliver, who's stumbling, fumbling, and bumbling.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it.
See that? He reached over to grab his towel out of his ass for balance and pulled it out.
Holy shit. This team. It's just touchdown every single drive they get the ball. Every time.
Look at that.
Every time they get the ball, it's a touchdown.
That's really something. NYJ checking in. JD out. Bad in the drafts, bad in free agency, and bad team management. And I always used to wonder why Beningo was negative. Well, I don't wonder why he's negative. I just, I don't know, man. I just, I don't enjoy being negative 100% of the time. You know what I mean? I'll be positive as much as I can. That's my personal preference, MYJ. But this one's hard. 21-6, everybody. Think about this. We're currently watching a game where every drive has ended in points.
Except we only get field goals and they get touchdowns.
Yeah, that's how you lose.
Right.
Who killed us with the pass on that drive? They barely even ran it. So we thought they were going to run it up our gut all the time. Kyler Murray's just carving us up with his arm. That dude is playing he's playing very well.
What were we seeing on that drive, Frankie?
Well, we of course were in our nickel, and he didn't even care. So we're in our nickel. He doesn't care. He's not even running against nickel. He's throwing against it. And there was a 10-play drive, 1 run, 9 passes, multiple big plays to McBride, to Higgins. I don't even know who Higgins is. And then, of course, the touchdown to Harrison. So, yeah, they're just carving up our nickel defense, which is supposed to be our strength. Not today. Not today.
Not today, indeed. I'm trying to look for Williams' GoFundMe. I don't see it, William. Man, that is tough stuff, guys. I mean, I don't know what to make of this team today. Well, don't worry. We make really good second half adjustments, Frankie. And that's, I think, what we're waiting on.
We got to score a touchdown and take up a lot of time so we can get into it. Get into the half at 21-13. And then we get the ball first, and we got to do some kind of score, and then it'll make it look like a football game.
And then what do we do when we're on defense? Eventually, you got to play defense and stop these people.
I don't know. On 3rd and 10, maybe you fucking cover people, and then maybe on 3rd and 8 or whatever it was, maybe you ask your cornerback to actually tackle the guy.
This is the beautiful thing, though. That's why McBride is so valuable. Is are you gonna double team him? Okay, well then Marvin Harrison's 1-on-1. You're gonna double team both of them. I mean, that's tough to do. So, and if that's why I was saying, if they get 1 or 2 more really good receivers, I mean, they're going to really be good because their passing game, they got 2 security blankets. If they get 1 or 2 more, it's going to be really tough.
Yep.
So I like this Arizona team. When I was looking at them for the game preview, I was like, wow, they are really, not the same as you think in the past.
They clearly found a coach or a coaching staff that knows how to get the best out of their players.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they call him JG, Coach Gannon, Jonathan Gannon. Everybody calls him sort of cult-like JG, AJG. Everybody calls him JG. I don't know why. But, he was the defensive coordinator out of Philadelphia, and, I guess he's turning into a good head coach now.
Yep. The kick is up. No run back this time. B West checking in. At this rate, my fandom goes to auction between Jets and Giants. Whoever gets Cam Ward, I'm on board. I wish it was that easy for me. I'm there's just no way. I'm stuck here, B West. I wish you well. If you can pull that off, I mean, the Giants, I don't know. But
if you're also someone who just believes that you could name any college football quarterback and know that they're the right guy, let me tell you something. Nobody knows. Because
I know
because
every year.
what percentage of college quarterbacks actually hit? I mean, it's like there's only like 4 or 5 great ones at a time, really, right? And then you have like 10 functional ones that play well, and then you have every other team is wishing they had someone better. So to just think that I mean, we just don't know. I like Cam Ward. I think he's a great athlete. He's done some exciting things, but I am done thinking there's any guarantee at quarterback.
From 2021 to 2023, there were 23 quarterbacks taken in the NFL draft. 3 were hits, 20 were not.
There you go.
So those are your odds right there. 3 out of 23.
Yeah. So
it's
I don't
rough.
know that. Yeah, I don't know. I love Cam Ward as a college player. He's amazing.
Aaron Rodgers hands the ball off to Brees, runs into a brick wall, loses a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 11 or 12.
But I also thought that Vince Young, I thought, was amazing at one time. It didn't happen. Jamarcus Russell. There's been some really good college quarterbacks.
It's all about the coach, man. That's my honest feeling. Like if they come to an environment that there's good teaching and development going on, and though team building, then they do much better. It's like these shitty teams get these great quarterbacks, and it just
look at those 3rd and 10.
Aaron Rodgers back to pass. Oh my God, sack. Kelvin Beachum. I mean, Tyron Smith.
Wow, it's going to be 28-6 going into that.
Yep. Yeah, good stuff. Hexen, Woody will ditch the team instead of staying to fix it because he'd rather play ambassador than owner. Well, you know what's funny? He'll do both. He said, I think I saw something today. It said even if he does take the ambassador job, he's still going to pick the new coach. Great.
How much does the ambassador to the UK have to really do?
Nothing.
Like, what do you really have to do? Do we even need an ambassador to the UK?
William, Facebook. Oh my God, buddy. Let me see. I don't use Facebook ever. So let me see. I can try. So that was ugly. The first punt of the game, everybody. How did he do? I didn't see Morstead's punt.
It went out of bounds, and I don't think it was very good. 1, 2, 3 and out on that.
1, 2, 3 and out, and it was ugly. Incomplete pass, brick wall for Brees.
Another example of how this team is so great at handling adversity. Remember that? It's all about how you handle adversity. Well, guess what? For the last 3 years, I don't think you could name a worse team in the NFL at handling adversity.
At this point, we have to really think about whether we want Aaron Rodgers here or not.
Well, I said in the beginning of the year, I said to GreenBean, I said it's no longer a question of will Aaron Rodgers stay. It's now a question of how long are we stuck with Aaron Rodgers.
That's going to be the biggest decision. I mean, we got to decide what to do with Joe Douglas. Then probably, if we lose this game, the whole coaching staff gets fired, right? I mean,
they have to. I mean, at the end of the year, they got a completely clean house.
Yeah, I think so.
What about the scouts? We firing the scouts?
No, I like our scouts.
What do you mean?
I think
we got pro personnel scouts who aren't telling Joe Douglas to pick up Quentin Jefferson.
Well, I don't think that was up to the scouts, but I think that
pro personnel scouts, that we have people who scout the other teams, pro personnel scouts.
I just don't. Oh, okay. Some of them, but I just don't think I guess they'll be gone too, but I just don't think that. I don't think as far as drafting players, I think the bigger problem is we don't develop them or know how to use them because they go elsewhere and they do fine.
Well, some do. Mimsy couldn't hang on anywhere else. That's
Oh, he was destroyed, Frankie.
We destroyed him.
Yeah, he was a gentle soul. William. So, all right, I found it. I put the link. I pinned it to the top of the chat, guys. If you would consider helping William's wife, she's currently battling for her life in the hospital. There is a GoFundMe there. If you if you can, please consider donating to help William probably cover the medical expenses. William, we're all with you, buddy. You know, I hate to put so much focus on the game and when obviously things are going, in your life that are so serious. So just know I'm with you, man. And guys, so I'm going to leave it up there for the remainder of the show. The link's pinned to the top of the chat that you guys are all having conversations in.
Maybe we should go after the offensive coordinator for the Arizona Cardinals.
Look at this. Here we go.
As our next head coach.
He's not doing anything spectacular. I mean,
I'm just saying, I don't know.
It's really Kyler. I mean, Kyler's dicing us up, man.
The unit says the team was deflated, and then Woody was like, "Hold my beer," and took the remainder of the air out. I guess Saleh was not the problem. Same shit, different year. Yeah, I mean, I think there's just more. I think he was a big part of the problem. He set the tone, man.
Yeah, this is still the team that Saleh built. Right. It's not like we're magically going to turn the team around. Like at what point were we going to change what Saleh built in the last month?
Right, like that's why he shouldn't have been fired midstream, because what was it going to really change? You had to rebuild it from the ground up. You can't. I mean, Ulbrich is basically Saleh but dumber.
Right. There was no point.
Not to be cruel. I mean, he's Saleh Jr. basically.
There was no point in firing him. They should have just waited to the end of the year.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he wanted to make that statement and shake it up, and that whole thing. All right, we're winning this game, everybody. I want to shake it off. Here we go. Big play coming. Kyler Murray fake. Let's go.
I mean, look how Kyler's playing. I mean, he's just playing very efficient.
Yeah. Flag on the play. Probably a late hit on the quarterback because that's how we roll.
Let's violence. See what it is. We like violence. Holding on somebody. Probably defensive holding.
All right.
And these
the tackling has been, look, just so we're clear here. Like, again, we can talk and we can hindsight and we can do all the stuff.
Against them.
The truth is the tackling has been atrocious for the last 4 years here. I mean, it's been abysmal. It's one of those things. We talk about it every year. And just so you know, Connor Hughes said in one of his tweets or whatever, the Jets did 0 tackling drills in training camp this year. 0. We don't do it.
It's amazing.
For fear of injury.
Oh, it's against us now. Okay. Quincy.
Yeah, I don't think doing no tackling in training camp is a good idea. Yeah, Quincy, that's holding, buddy.
Yep. What do you mean? What's going on? Look at him.
You mean I can't tackle him as he's running down the field? What? Yeah, that's blatantly against the rules.
Yeah, and then conversely, Andy Reid did it day 1, tackling drills.
Well, then there you go, man. I mean, what the heck is this all about?
Fumble. Of course, they recovered.
Let's see what it is. Is it an offsides? Is it in a neutral zone? Is it encroachment?
What kind of ugliness is it?
This is exciting. What will it be?
Flagapalooza.
What did we do now?
Everybody loves yellow flags. We know this.
So much so that Sherwood chose a yellow mouthpiece. I keep seeing it. I keep thinking it's a flag.
So that was just not a play or what? I guess that just wasn't a play.
He wanted to challenge it. He's challenging it.
I'm challenging it anyway. Good for you all.
What are they calling, chat? We can't chat. We don't obviously have the sound on.
Stop talking about how horrible the Jets are and tell us what's going on in the game.
Yeah.
Anthony G is saying that was a fumble.
A fumble.
And we got it.
Well, but didn't they whistle the play dead or something?
Yeah, the question is why aren't they calling it then that way?
Interesting. Interesting.
See, if they whistled it dead, then they can't challenge it because once you whistle it dead, it's over.
Frankie, they're busy. They're busy in the chat saying we're going to take a hard look at those flags.
We're gonna take a hard look.
You're going to take a hard look at that.
It's the new drinking game called Hard Looks. You take a drink. You take a drink every time that Ulbrich says hard look.
Hey guys, in order to avoid injuries, we're not going to.
Yeah, why? That is a fumble, guys.
Yeah.
What are they?
Not,
I don't
they're
understand.
not letting them do it.
So they just called the play dead? What?
Is that what happened? They just said
do over? The fuck
saying it's
kind of bullshit is this? This is a new kind of bullshit.
It's a new kind of bullshit.
Yeah, why not?
So they just said that play didn't happen. Why?
Well, Frankie, some people would say it's because it's the New York Jets.
Some people would. I don't know.
I mean, it goes back to the curse. I mean, now we got to start talking about the Namath curse and the fact that our colors are all wrong. We got the logo right, and that we play in a field with frozen concrete as our playing surface, and our team colors are the same colors as the field. All those type of things that lead you to believe maybe we are cursed by the football gods because we're out of alignment with the universe.
That's right. We have to align ourselves with the natural order of things, Frankie.
Right. It's like if a basketball team had a uniform that was the color of the hardwood floor. That would be not good, right? They wouldn't be a good team if their team colors and the way their uniform looked, they looked exactly as the hardwood floor looks in basketball. That would be bad, and they wouldn't win very much. And you notice no team does that. No team says we've got the hardwood floor uniforms tonight. they don't do that.
Oh, it's a funny thing. Arbiv says Will McDonald seems to have evaporated. Well, he had a good week. He had a good game last week.
Yeah, but look, I mean, I think that their game plan. Look at how Kyler's playing. I mean, they're getting the ball out quick. He's seeing it and he's throwing it, and there's not a lot of I mean, I think that's by design. They don't want to have monsters like McDonald chasing down little Kyler, so they're getting rid of the ball very quickly, and that's smart.
Right, but that's why I say the offensive coordinator maybe would be a good coach for us, because why can't we be the smart team that does things like that?
That's overrated. We don't need smarts.
Thinking is overrated.
Thinking is overrated. John Follinsby checking in. They just blew that play dead for no reason. Yep.
With no explanation.
And it happens to be the play that's a fumble that we recover.
Well, here's the difference, Jeremy, because again, we run a simple by explanation by Ulbrich. We run a simple defense where everybody knows what we're going to do. That's his words.
Yeah.
Simple. So if you know it, if you look at it and you see it and there's no disguise, there's no you look at it, you know what it is and you know where you're going, you can be very confident. Other teams don't do that. They give us disguises, different looks, and we apparently can't figure it out very well.
Pretty amazing.
Daniel Lake wants to know, why didn't we sell and fire JD? Our future sucks. We're not selling. I mean, that's dude, Woody's making. I mean, this business is working for him. He's doing great. He's doing great. Can we get him?
Oh, what?
Why not? Waste your day with me. Waste your entire life watching this abysmal football. Go ahead. Save yourself, kiddo. Get out of here.
Don't study. Don't do homework, for God's sakes.
I'm spending the next 2 hours in the toilet.
The toilet?
That's my happy place. Oh, wow,
it's dark out. Yeah.
I thought you were away from the Jets.
Yeah. Okay. 2nd and 3, 1:25 left in the half. All right, Jets. Come on, buddy.
One thing to keep in mind when you're watching quarterbacks, and this applies to the college guys, back foot hits, ball comes out. That's what you want. That tells you they're confident. They know where they're going. They know what they're looking at. When you watch these dudes in college or even the pros, it's a good little metric.
Yeah. Confidence. Right, Frankie.
Yeah.
Get him.
And
they didn't get it.
They'll
They
go
didn't
for
get
it. Yeah, but they'll just go for it.
We stopped them twice right here.
They might not go for it because of the clock. They might decide, let's just kick a field goal if they're out.
Are they in range?
They might be. Oh, no, it'd be really long. It'd be like 56 or something. Yeah, I think they're just going to go for it. I think you're right.
Yeah, of course. We can't stop them 3 times in a row. Crazy.
I don't know why they're bothering trying to do a predictable power run. Just snap it to Murray and let him roll around or send McBride. I mean, there's so many millions of ways they can get the first down. They don't even have to play the short game.
I still don't understand what that play was right there.
Yeah, makes no sense. All right, they are going for it, Frankie. Here we go.
And there you
They
go.
hand the ball off. He got it. We had good penetration too. Sherwood had a chance with Quinnen. They just couldn't wrap him up and get him to actually stop moving forward.
Who needs tackling?
Well, who needs to practice in training camp? I mean, if you do practice in training camp, you guys might get hurt. So, they just played catch instead.
And that's coaches who are scared. They're scared. If guys get hurt, then they say, why are you practicing them so hard, coach? And you might get fired for that. That's coaching scared.
Why are tackling drills dangerous to get injured? I don't even understand that.
Because they're full contact violence. And
preparing for a game that is violence.
Most injuries don't happen because of tackling. Like if you look, right? I mean, it's usually guys get their ankles rolled. It's non-contact injuries.
Look how good Kyle's playing.
Yeah. It's really something. I mean, what's his line, Frankie? Do you know?
I don't have it up. I could look here in a second, but he's super efficient. I don't think there's very few incomplete passes.
No, very few. I'll tell you.
This might be one of those dangerous playoff teams where Kyler really needs to show that he can, win playoff games finally.
Well, he's 15 of 17, 178.
It's hard to be better than that.
There's no world beater team in the NFC. I mean,
well, the Lions.
Yeah. But I could see Arizona winning a shootout.
So frustrating.
Did you see the over pursuit of those two Jets defenders? They just ran the wrong way and had to put on the brakes. There's just no fundamentals here.
Well, the good news is we didn't give up a touchdown this time.
No. They've had field goal.
This is their 4th possession. They've gone touchdown, 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 field goal. So
and only because of the clock.
We're getting better.
Yeah.
But it's only because of the clock.
Yeah. Well, thank God there's a clock in football, I guess.
Yeah.
Leonard Taylor on the tackle, everybody. He did something. Old number 96. Just LT3. Maybe he'll be good.
I honestly believe we would have been competitive today.
And the kick is good, everybody.
So if you take 100% of your possessions and score points on them, you are a very good team, or you're playing a very bad defense, or some combination thereof.
Yeah. I mean, they're having a blast. But the good news is the Jets received the kick in the 3rd quarter after we make our adjustments. From what I heard, Woody comes in with his cell phone and shows videos of when people say that we're not going to win. So maybe that'll help again this week. He did it last week, Jeremy. They said that everybody was excited. So what do you think? You think it'll help? Frankie, what did we see on that drive? What was working? Why were we so bad?
For us, nothing was working. We were mostly in base. and they were just super efficient against us. So it was a 10-play drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 5 runs, 5 passes, and just super efficient. He's not. I mean, he's getting rid of the ball quick, and he's making the right reads, and the guys are open. I mean, that's a bad combination for a defense. And we had 1 penalty holding as well. So we're basically doing nothing well, and they're doing everything well, and they're kicking our butts, and that's what's happening.
Well, that is a very nice assessment. So I'll tell you guys, this has not been fun so far. The offense was moving the ball, which was looking pretty good for a while, but we stopped doing that on the last drive. Saw our first punt, and they kept scoring. They just kept it going. So we got a 24-6 game, which is not the best. Jeremy, how you feeling going into this? I mean, the Jets are a second-half team. We did amazing things last week. Don't forget, our entire game was in the second half last week. 3 touchdowns. Which, by the way, if we were to score 3 touchdowns and somehow stop them, which we have done in the past, looked like a sieve in the first half and somehow clamped it down. If we do that, we win, Jeremy. So how are you feeling? Do you have a little more energy for the second half in you, buddy?
Look, there's an argument to be made that have had times where we've come out and been a completely different team in the second half. And that's why you, me, and I'm sure Frankie's coming back, will be here and we'll be watching. But at the same time, if you tell me the final score of this game ends up being like 40-13 or something, I'm not actually going to be very shocked either.
You won't be shocked. Well, that's sad. I'll be shocked. I would not expect us to lose like that. I'm bullish. I think we're going to win this game, everybody. I know it's hard to see right now, but I've done this before, and I will stay positive until there's no reason to be positive. It's hard, I'll tell you that. But I think the Jets are going to do what they always do, come out of the second half, know that they needed to fix a few things, somehow do it. And because, again, we're moving the ball up until the last drive. We just got to get it in the end zone. And I think we're going to be able to do it. Now, that all said, Jeremy, if we lose this game, this is kind of a wrap, right? We can only lose one more and even have a conversation of making it to the playoffs. We need to, 6-2 down the stretch is kind of what we're looking for here.
If we lose this game,
we only got one more.
I would say, I would pretty much bet my house that that we're not making the playoffs and the season's over. I'm about 99% confident if we lose this game that we're not making the playoffs. And the reason is because it's not just we need to win every game. It's the fact and the reality that we're just a terrible football team. We're a very poorly coached football team. Aside from being poorly coached, our team is just the culture of the locker room. They're not winners. They might individually be some good players, but what we're seeing here is just a very bad football team. And even bad football teams, against Houston in that half, have good games and good halves. We watched the 2020 New York Jets beat the Rams, who won the Super Bowl the next season. So we beat the Cincinnati Bengals with Mike White as our quarterback. Good games happen, but to sit here and believe that we're going to suddenly be able to rattle off 7 wins in a row when we're seeing that we're a terrible football team, it's not impossible, but I just don't have any evidence or any reason to believe that would happen.
I see. That's a great way to look at it, actually. It says a lot. I will say it seems, Jeremy, that I didn't hit the confirmation button, and the one bet that I would have won, we didn't get in because the 22.5, we got it.
Oh, God.
But as you guys can see, BetUS, we are active in this game. BetUS, guys, offering you, GreenBean viewers, a great offer of 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000 for using the promo code YouTube150. We have 2 active bets. Maybe, let me see here. Maybe I won it because the half is over. What's today? Oh, I did. This is it. I won. So I won this. Well, okay, we did get it in, Jeremy.
All right,
I won the wager.
Nice.
I risked, it said $45.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. So I won one of them, and you can see all your pending wagers and your recent activity and all that sort of stuff right here on the great platform of BetUS, guys. Use the promo code YouTube150 to get yourself that bonus. And we'll see. I got 2 more. I picked the Jets to win, and I picked the over of, 51.5 points. We're looking pretty good for that because we already have 30. So we only need 25 more, 21.5 more points to win. So we'll see how we do. But we'll get back to this here. Frankie, any positivity? Can you muster up any for this second half here?
Well, we're running the ball okay, so that's something. Other than that, I don't know. If this continues, then we're going to start having mock draft Mondays and all of the things we normally do. What do people think about Matt Nagy as a potential head coach?
Yeah, that's an interesting one that I heard getting. Oh, I got the wrong thing up. I heard being tossed around. I mean, look, he's got head coach experience. He is
Offensive mind.
Yeah, offensive mind. Right. That's the other thing I was going to say. How do you feel about it?
I'm warming up to it. This morning, I explored 2 options, one being John Gruden. And the way I cleverly came up with it, I said, you don't hire John Gruden as the head coach. You hire Jay Gruden as the head coach. Then you hire John Gruden to be a special assistant on your staff. And that's how you get the NFL to agree to allow us to have John Gruden on the staff. And he would have to make some agreements where he drops the lawsuit and all these kind of things and do a few things. And maybe you get a 2 Grudens for 1 kind of a thing. The other option, I think, which is probably more realistic, and it was floated in one of the media reports, Mike McCarthy, who's probably getting fired from the Cowboys. Previous Aaron Rodgers coach, if he came in, he probably wouldn't need to fire any of the other staff. For the most part, he could keep, for the most part, the staff and just take over play calling duties. Now, the only problem with that, Rodgers and him reportedly had a butting of the heads toward the end of their relationship. And
that's why he got fired mid-season.
Yeah, but he did win a Super Bowl with Rodgers. So we got to see exactly. We would have to see whether Rodgers is coming back for one thing. And then if he is, if he would be okay with McCarthy. Yeah. So people are saying, no, we can't have Matt Nagy. If you look at Matt Nagy, he had a decent record in terms of making the playoffs with Mitch Trubisky as his quarterback. So he's not as bad as his reputation. He's well thought of. I mean, and we got to also consider the fact that we're not getting Ben Johnson. We're not getting Mike Vrabel. Yeah. We're not getting Bill Belichick. The top guys are not coming here. So we got to try to find somebody in some kind of way that's creative that would want to come here. I'd be open to Rex, talking to Rex, of course, but love to have like the Grudens plus Rex as a DC. That'd be awesome.
Well, but, I said this week in the podcast, Frankie, I think we just embraced the idea that the Jets aren't a football team. It's just about, it's a sitcom. So it's about how much drama, how much fun can we have? You get Rex Ryan in here. You get his brother as a defensive coordinator. They get into fist fights on the sideline. You get the loudmouth, the fucking most crazy loudmouth diva quarterback from the draft. You just stock it up. You load it up, and it's drama. And then you never fire them, ever. These are just who we are. It's just it. 18 years from now, Rex Ryan, Rob Ryan, it's just the Jets.
I don't hate it.
We will. We try to win, but
I don't hate it.
It's fun.
I don't hate it.
I think it's the way to go. I think it's what we really are anyway. We just stop pretending. Vladdy checking in. Says, fire the Teletubby GM tomorrow. Mercy release Devontae so he could play with the real team. And finally tell Rodgers to go do mushrooms next year. Loser, bum-ass team. Vladdy, you sound upset.
Yeah, but Vladdy, I mean, but, you know, can you say something negative?
Right. You're always so fucking positive, man. Like, come on.
We don't need your rays of sunshine over here.
What? I hear you.
I'm not in the mood for positivity right now, Vladdy.
Oh, Vladdy, I hear you, buddy. What a day. What a day. We got the whole second half, Vladdy. You'll see. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great day. Pluto checking in says, dude, I'm at the game and in Arizona, and this team is pathetic. I guess this is what I signed up for on my 22nd birthday. Oh, Pluto. Oh, Pluto. We are
Enjoy
sorry,
Arizona,
buddy.
though, Pluto. Go outside. Go to a bar after the game. Enjoy Arizona. Arizona's beautiful. Go to Phoenix. Check out Charles Barkley's restaurant. I think he's got one out there. Go check out some sports bars in Phoenix. You know, enjoy
Go to
life.
Castles and Coasters. There's a good rare coaster at Castles and Coasters. Not the greatest thing in the world, but it's rare, and you can do
Rare
that.
Coasters.
I'll tell you, you know what's going to be really bad, Pluto, is when you walk outside and try to get in your car, the rear taillights are going to be melted because that happens too. So you got that to look forward to. Melted taillights because it is November and it's still 180 degrees or whatever it is out there. I hear you, buddy. You guys that are there, I mean, there's nothing I haven't experienced, so I know the feeling well. The only difference is you're immersed in the enemy, and that makes it that much worse. But at least they're nice. Like when I go to Miami games for all those years, those they were assholes to me. You know what I mean? They were mean. Whoever was there, like it's a different thing. Jake checking in. Season was over after the Steelers. Let you drag me back in from negativity reality last week. Truth is, I knew I should have just kept using Mixon. What's Mixon, Jeremy? What is that?
I don't know.
They should have kept using
Mixon. Is he talking about Houston?
Yeah, he's saying Houston should have just kept running Mixon instead of trying to pass so much, which is true.
Yeah, they handed us the game in a sense.
Yeah, and then CJ just couldn't hit the side of a barn for some reason in that game. It was weird.
We rattled him. We were getting crazy.
Yeah, we rattled him. We rattled him.
I mean, we had 26 pressures in that game or some shit like that. It was crazy.
Yeah, maybe. Their O-line, yeah, that's true. Their O-line, they're shaking up their O-line this week, so maybe.
Yeah, we rattled them. NYJ checking in before the kickoff. Ryan should make every snap video of this game with the Jeopardy theme song in the back. Yeah, he should. That's what he should do, Ryan. All right, well, we got a touchback, and the Jets are getting the ball. We score. It's 24-13 is a whole different game. She's talking to Ulbrich. This ought to be riveting.
Definitely saying he's going to take a hard look.
Let me see.
Hard looks. How many hard looks do we get, Chet?
Got to get back to who we are.
Yep.
Got it. More hard looks coming. We're looking hard. Walk hard.
We got to finish. You got to finish the drives. I like it, Ulbricht. All right, handing the ball off to Brees, crushed in the backfield.
He says we got to get back to who we are. Who are we? We're a terrible football team. That's who we are. Like
Indeed.
What is he talking about? Who we are? That would mean continuing to lose because that's who we've been for years.
That's who we are. Evan checking in. I'm raising my infant son as a Jets fan, so when he's an adult, he'll be well-versed in low expectations and disappointment. He'll thank me one day. Well, I did the same thing. My son is 16. He literally just looked at me and said, I'm not doing this, and walked out. So maybe it's the opposite. I don't know, Evan. We're trying. Good luck on your end. It didn't work over here. My son is just depressed. Terrible offensive play.
This is who we are. This is who we are. We've been seeing this for 4 years. 4 years. We've been seeing this for 20 years. I mean, or 15 years.
Yeah. Good luck with your son, Evan. I mean that sincerely. Our Wyoming buddy Wyatt checking in. The Jets need a fresh start, a new owner, a new stadium, and just clear house completely. Yep.
They're not getting a new owner, so you can
We're
stop
not.
with
Well,
that.
we might kind of. I mean, if he goes over to the UK, we get Chris.
Oh, but
that was fun. Aaron Rodgers in shotgun. Hard counting them. Back to pass. They're blitzing. It's intercepted. There it is. Flags all over the place.
Flags. Gibson is looking like it was like they definitely interfered with me.
But the thing with that, it's tough because if you're going for the ball and you pick it off, interference is hard to call on that. But I hope so. Let's see. There you go. All right. We're alive, baby. We're alive.
That's the only way we're going to get a first down.
That's right. That loosens it up.
The penalty.
There was also holding on Garrett Wilson, too. So multiple infractions.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, no, that's legit, actually. All right, Aaron Rodgers under center. Irv Charles on the field. Throws it to Garrett Wilson, who jukes, gets another 14. There you go. I like it. Let's go.
Yeah,
Here we go, Jet fan.
It's a good idea to throw to Garrett Wilson. He's a decent player, I think.
Yeah. I like it. All right.
74. Olu's in the game for some reason.
Olu's in at left tackle, everybody.
Wow. They benched somebody finally?
They benched him. Running around the edge. Brees Hall breaking through. Face mask.
Definitely
another face mask on Brees.
That's a 15-yarder, man.
They're not going to call it.
How could they not call? Didn't it look like it was a face mask?
Why? I mean, that happens often to him.
It looked like it literally turned his head, didn't it?
Yeah.
No, there's no face mask.
Nope, no face mask.
Him.
Okay.
He turns.
He was running so fast, I couldn't tell. All right. It was like a blur.
It's like the Flash.
All right. Here comes Brees to join Aaron Rodgers in the backfield. He's in shotgun. That backs everybody up. Here we go. Throw it to Brees. Why not? Get the first. He's running.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
We're down at like the 16 or so. We're moving the ball, Jets fans.
Now, if Olu comes in and plays great the rest of the year, yeah, that's great for the future and all that. But everybody's going to say the same thing, right, fans? We're all going to say, what took so long?
Are we?
I mean, we were calling for it a long time ago. We were saying, when is Smith going to get benched? I mean, Frankie comes out with the video every week and shows you how bad he is. Although I thought he was finally playing better.
Yeah, he was better. But that sack was just on him.
Yeah.
So here we go. Aaron Rodgers, fake handoff. Got plenty of time. He's running. He throws it again. Oh, gets it to Ruckert for the first. There's Aaron Rodgers.
See if we score a touchdown now. 13. We could get.
That's a first and goal. It looks like, everybody.
Pull within 11 points if we can score.
Jason says, Pluto, we are winning on your birthday. We lost against the Pats on mine 2 weeks ago. Let's go. I'm in a glass box filled with emotion. Go Jets. Right on, Jason. Sending his compadre some love.
Jason Edwards, the most positive man alive.
Oh, Jason Edwards rules, dude.
Yeah.
Hands it to Braylon Allen. Gets 2. It looked like he was going to go. I got excited there. Got tripped up. Yeah. Okay.
But it would be nice if Olu played well just because we'd have something to say, well, at least that draft pick we made seems to be panning out. For some reason, for the future, that could matter.
All right, we got a second and goal. Aaron Rodgers back to pass. There's pressure. He steps up. Oh, my God, almost interception.
Ooh. 3rd and goal.
We can't get in, huh?
3rd and goal. You got to no field goals now. It's 2 plays. It's got to be.
I'm with you, man.
It's got to be.
All right, this is it. This is the season.
You have this opportunity maybe to somehow show some hope to get back into this game. It has to be a touchdown.
Aaron Rodgers back to pass. Garrett Wilson stepping up in motion to the right, everybody. Throw it to Garrett. Oh, my God. Fucking Devontae Adams. I go for it too, dude. I'm sick of it. You got to come away with a touchdown. Dude, Tippmann got squashed. Look at this.
Oh, the defender.
Yeah, it was a good defensive play. It looked like it hit him in the hands. It did. He just got in his way. Devontae Adams catches that for Green Bay for years.
Yeah. Well, he's wearing a Jet uniform now, so.
Can't see. It's green. Oh, we're going for it, Frankie. Here we go. This is it.
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus Christ. This fucking team.
Get this old man out of here, man. This fucking old guy
He
out of here.
He hurt. I'd rather have Taylor.
This fucking old guy out of here.
We probably have a better chance with Taylor. At least he's more mobile. Who knows? I mean, at some point we have to just realize, yeah, he has some flashes, but overall, Aaron Rodgers is done. Cooked.
Well, everybody's laughing at us.
Not Jason Edwards. He's not laughing at us. Oh, gosh. Once again, moving the ball, can't close it.
Not to mention, though, even if he retires, even if we get rid of Rodgers, we got a huge cap hit next year anyway. No matter what.
What is it?
It's a massive hit because if he retires, all of the money that he's promised has to, what they call, accelerate into the current year. So it might be 40, 50, 60 million.
Oh, well, it was going to be 65 million in 2026, no matter what. Like if it doesn't come back.
Yeah, but if he retires, then all that money accelerates into the current year.
Right, it comes into the current year. But who cares?
So,
I mean, we're finding out we don't have a lot of guys to pay that. We assume we were going to have all these guys we have to pay. Who?
Well, and then you look at Denver and you say, well, they have all that money tied up in Russell Wilson and they're not doing too badly. I mean,
just get it over with. Get him out of town. Eat the next year of salary too, however it wants to clear it off of our books. And in the process, just try to draft well, find a good coaching staff, rebuild. I mean, that's what it is, because that's what it always is with us. But the sooner we get this guy out of here, the sooner we can wipe all that money away from the books and just eat it and then start to move forward.
Yeah, I mean, trade. We have to start trading for draft picks and all that stuff.
We should have sold. I said it. You got rid of Mike Williams. Why didn't you trade Reed while his stock was high? I mean, we should have just been sellers. We could have gotten a bunch of draft picks.
I mean, this is where the pick 6 comes in. The first one all year.
Well, this is where the decision to go with the 40-year-old was a mistake. I mean, it's pretty obvious that we made a mistake. We keep making mistakes at the quarterback. Could have had a lesser quarterback with kept our draft picks younger, and now we got this guy and he's in the blue tent again.
Good. Yeah, I say they just sit and go, look, we're going to put Tyrod Taylor in.
Yeah, use this as an excuse. Just get him the hell out.
Use it as an excuse.
Yeah.
All right, come on, defense. They hand it off. We miss a tackle. Get him. 2-yard loss. Very nice. Very nice. Now, was anybody open on that play? That's what I want to see. I was too busy staring at the guy chasing Rodgers.
Yeah, Garrett.
Look at that. Look at that. He's wide open. Yeah, he's done. He's cooked, this quarterback. He's awful. He didn't want to hurt Devontae's feelings. He's looking for Devontae.
All right, come on, Michael Clemens. What are you doing? You're showing that you're going to run a stunt? Is that what you're doing? Yep.
Look at that.
Look at how bad.
They get the free. Yeah.
Look at how bad the defense is. It's amazing.
Gerbo says Jordan Travis. You'd have to call him at home.
Yeah. That was predicted from the beginning that if we drafted him, they were going to IR him. We all knew that because they were going to carry 3 on the roster. That's what made him a nice late round pick.
Right. 1st and 10. 13 straight. We're looking at Kyler Murray's career high of completions consecutive. There's a face mask on the defensive end on Will McDonald. We don't care. Yeah, just the guy. Isn't that nice? Every game is history for the Jets. Every game. We get to watch history every single week. That's fortunate. Again, sitcom.
I'm serious. Should be the Bad News Bears music every time.
Yeah. I'm embracing it, dude. You know what? Like we should do something exciting. We're the Globetrotters. It's just that we're the generals.
We're the generals.
Yeah.
Like we get fooled by the same tricks.
Kyler Murray playing very headsy. Did you see that? Didn't try to squeeze too much out of it and risk injury. Aaron Rodgers is fine. He's back.
Just sit out. Don't come back in. We don't want you to play. We'd have a better chance. I'd be much more confident we'd score a touchdown on the next drive if it wasn't Rodgers and it was Taylor.
I mean, we still haven't stopped them from scoring on any drive.
Yeah, not one drive yet. This has to be it. It's 1st and 10.
And we just come terrible. What is Ulbrich talking about? Oh, flag.
What's the flag? What is it, you think?
Holding.
Yeah.
Woody Johnson's going to walk into the at the end of the meeting, at the end of the season with the interview with Ulbrich, and he's going to say, well, if you keep me around, I'm going to take a real hard look. And this season just wasn't who we are. We're going to get back to who we are.
Holding. All right. There we go. We're back.
Problem is, how are the Johnsons going to know who to hire? Like, they should be looking at everybody on Mike Tomlin's staff, for example.
Anything. Yeah. I mean, at this point, we got to get lucky. That's be like a miracle. We bring in some young guy from somebody's staff, but he happens.
We'll chew him up, dude. That's what we do.
We bring in some genius. Oh no, we already did that one, McGenius.
And here we go with the screens again.
Can't stop a screen because we're so stupid. We're like the dumbest team on earth because we preach violence and strain. Let's preach more violence, guys. That'll be a good idea.
Oh, that was the first time I saw Hassan Reddick today involved in a tackle.
Yeah, 30 yards down the field.
Yep.
I mean, shows effort, which is nice.
I forgot he was even on the team, to be honest. This week.
Yeah, I'm with a fungus among us. I mean, I embrace it. Rodgers looks shitty, but it's us, dude. It's here. It's just the Jets. Favre looked great when he was here.
I mean, Rodgers
he had that injury.
Yeah, we
gave all the excuses in the world for Rodgers his last year in Green Bay. Oh, is the receivers, his thumb, is this, is that. Maybe he's just falling off a cliff. There's very few quarterbacks, if any, other than Brady, that play into their 40s and they're good. It just doesn't happen. So,
yeah. Ryan King said, I can't believe our defense is like butter. Yeah, it's aggravating.
It's amazing that it's this bad.
Yeah.
You know? like to fall so far. Just amazing.
Like we lose. Like if this goes into the 40s and shit, like it's time to just start. You don't play anybody. You don't play to win anymore. Woody's got to say, fuck you. I want a new quarterback. But he's not. I'm blown away that they benched Tyron Smith. Blown away. Truly.
Yeah. Unless he's hurt.
Then which is what we'll find out.
Right. We'll find out that he's hurt or tweaked something.
I know Jeff 41 says, well, sadly, we aren't even violent. That's the problem. We preach it, but we don't do it.
We don't even do what we preach, let alone what we don't preach.
And then you got Perrion Winfrey out there going, I don't know why the Jets don't sign me. I'm a monster. And it's like, bring him in. Look at that. Look at this. Why not? Nobody's around on a broken play.
It's the bad news Bears, man. How many yards on that, Chet? How many yards?
Sodak says, with roster quality, it's impressive we're this bad. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, where is everybody?
5, 6.
Look at him wide open. Nobody covering him. Nobody covering him. How is that even possible?
24 yards. Okay.
Yeah,
well, I gotta keep track, Florida Jet fan. I gotta keep the data. Otherwise,
this is gonna be terrible. The defense is doing what they did in Pittsburgh.
This is probably one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? Fire Ulbrich in the midseason also?
Yeah.
We'll find out on Tuesday. He's gone too.
Yeah, Jay Taylor says Tyron has a neck injury.
Okay.
Yeah, not surprised.
So it wasn't an accountability thing.
Right, so it wasn't accountability. Yeah.
It never is.
I'm saying, like, it's just it blew me away that they would do that.
All right, this is a 2-man route situation. Well, I bet you they pass. No, it's RPO.
Okay. Yeah, Kyler Murray.
Yeah, the press conference.
Right into the end zone. Like, as if it's nothing. It's like they're playing a high school team.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, this is how everybody gets fired. Everybody's got to be fired. This is just terrible. We're with Carolina and Chicago and
yeah, we're bottom feeders, dude.
Well, now I'm rooting for them to lose because I mean I don't care what people say. We're firing everyone anyway. We're doing a rebuild. We may as well root for the best draft pick at this point. There's no reason to root for this team to win at this point. It makes no sense. All it does is hurt us.
There's a lot of decisions to be made. If you bring in a Rex Ryan, for example, you got to switch to a 3-4. Can Quinnen play the 0 tech?
I mean, our luck, we're going to lose. We're going to win 5 meaningless games, get ourselves way out of, to the 15th pick or something, and just miss out on some great player because that's what always happens to us.
Oh, dude, what is this? What is this? What is this?
Well, I keep telling you guys, like we're in an era now of ubiquitous tape. I have tape. I can look at every single play. Every fan in the world can look at every single play. The coaches of all the teams have every single play the minute you do it. It's ubiquitous tape. You cannot run simple stuff and just think that you can run simple stuff and you're going to get by. That's just not how it works these days. You have to disguise. You have to do things differently. You have to be creative. You cannot just be simple. You need a team with a high football IQ players that are fundamentally sound and who are just killers. And you have to deploy them creatively in ways with unscripted, unscouted looks and all of that. You cannot do what we've been doing. It's just too easy to figure out how to attack it these days. That's what I think.
Well said, Frankie. What do you guys think in the chat? Is Frankie right or is he drinking? What do you think? Jason Edwards, we don't talk enough about JJ not being there setting the edge. I'm not saying pass rush, game over, fellas. I mean, no, I think it can't be understated how big of a hit that was for us, especially that the defensive line was thinned out, right? And Reddick wasn't here and all that jazz.
We gave away JFM for nothing, for no reason.
Yeah, right. So that was a serious miscalculation. I mean, nobody could have predicted what I think is one of, if not the only other holdout that's as bad as the Reddick one is the Le'Veon Bell one, right? So and we signed him right after it. So we're good like that. That's how we fucking do it.
The worst part about the JJ injury is that's the type of injury that edges don't really ever come back from the same.
Yeah.
So. I mean, he might be
sucks.
okay, but he'll never be the same.
Yeah, and the main thing is just really you can't hollow out a defensive line when defensive line, and when I say defensive line, I mean the defensive tackles.
Yeah.
You can't hollow those guys out if you need them to be superstars on your defense, which is what this defense is. So,
yeah,
that was a big problem, Joe Douglas. Big problem. I tried to warn you, buddy.
Nobody listens to Frankie.
The only way
I gave him a list. I did 2 videos about all the defensive tackles that are available that you can acquire. He refused to listen to me.
Yep. Yeah. JW checking in. Fire everyone. Pathetic. This entire building is a fucking disgrace. Frankie and Jeremy are right. Ugh. I know when they're right, when they're both right, it's aggravating, isn't it, Jay?
I mean, we were arguing over, is it the players? People were saying it's not the coaching, it's the players, it's this, that. It's everything.
Yeah, I'll tell you. But, coaching changes everything. I don't think, there's injuries and there's lots of inadequacies. But like Frankie said, if you're running the right scheme, look at this. Oh, my God. Devontae jukes a guy and runs into Conklin for a 1-yard gain.
At least he got a catch. Adams has a catch, so there's that.
That's good.
Get freaking Malachi in the game at least.
Yeah, just start using those guys. That's what you got to do. All right, guys. We got a second and what is it? 9 maybe. Aaron Rodgers in the shotgun. He hands it to Breece Hall. Why not keep the run game going? It's the only thing working. Breece Hall gets folded in half after getting 8. That was a hard hit.
Wow. It's amazing. Amazing that
Curvin Ledger with 10 days to prepare. That's the thing. It scared a lot of people. I got a lot of comments about that. Jets had, under this regime, we don't do well. We give us an extra 20 minutes and we don't do well with it. Aaron Rodgers under center on 3rd and 1. We're running. We get it. Braylon Allen keeps going.
That was 13 personnel there. So we were running out of 13, so that's interesting. And did well. So good job.
Did well.
Blockers.
31
out
to
the positives.
6. This is a tough hill to climb, everybody. With 10 days to prepare, we got this turd. All right, Aaron Rodgers in shotgun. Throws it to Devontae Adams for a gain of 4. I mean, why not throw it deep, Frankie? Why not take a shot here? What's the story?
Well, to throw it deep, you need something called pass protection, because those are long developing routes, and you need to feel confident that you can protect. So there's that. This is 11.
All right, here we go. Aaron Rodgers, empty backfield on 2nd and 6.
There, we're going deep. Look at that. See? Beautiful. Look at that beautiful thing.
If he didn't have the name Rodgers on his back and it was just some quarterback, you know how much more the fan base and how long ago we would have been saying, "Oh, we need a quarterback. This guy sucks. Get him out. This guy is trash. Why isn't Tyrod Taylor playing?" It's only because his name is Aaron Rodgers that's even lasted this long, and there are people still defending it.
Yeah, look at Woody.
Woody's here. Don't worry, everybody. Woody knows what to do.
Now, is that some sort of chart roster or is that a menu? 3rd and 6.
There he goes.
They sent
that
would look like a 0 blitz.
It's so strange that Rodgers, it seems like his brain melted. Like here's a blitz. Look at all these dudes at the line. They're volume blitzing. Where's your safety? Where's your valve?
Yeah.
Throw it now. Now. What are you doing? I don't understand this version of Aaron Rodgers.
He's a man who's given up. He's a defeated person.
And This is just like when they mass blitz, you have to know where your safety valve is and throw it right away. I don't understand. It's so strange.
I can imagine what Mike Williams is saying. Like if he
Oh
doesn't,
yeah,
if he didn't
Thank
hold
you.
back, let's say if he drunk truth potion and wasn't like, so he wasn't holding back for like respect or anything, he just said the truth, he'd be saying, I am so glad I'm out of that shithole. This is amazing. I'm in a real organization now with real coaching and a real locker room. He goes, it's so good to be out of that clown show. Like, can you imagine the things that would be coming out of his mouth?
He took the high road. He did a good job.
Yeah.
But again, it's like, right, like you're saying, he's been there for a week.
Yeah.
And they already know how to use them. And they already know how to use them.
Yep, and they already know how to use them.
Right. They already figured out how to make him a game changer.
Which is what his job was. Exactly what you saw today. That's what his whole career was in San Diego.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hard to figure out. We figured it out.
Yeah.
So what the hell, man?
Jets Mets, what's up, buddy? He says, how do we feel about bringing Rex back? He'd motivate these players. Well, look, I'm tired of kind of bringing up the 6 years that Rex sucked as a coach. But this is what I'll say. The 2 years that he was good, he had a team built for him already. Like the Mangini team, like Rivas was here. All the guys were here, whoever. Most of them anyway. The second year we got Cromartie and Santonio Holmes and those guys. But the team was good. We had the number one rushing. I mean, we were 8-3 the year before, if I remember correctly, with Favre. So this might be a situation where he could come in and just kind of, I don't know. But
the thing with Rex is like he would take the job, and he did. I mean, he wasn't good. People love Rex because he made the AFC Championship game twice in a row the first 2 years. So first impressions were like, this is an amazing coach. But they forget all the losing years that he had in the 500 years. And you could say maybe it wasn't his fault because the years he was losing, it was about the personnel decisions that the Jets as a whole made. The GM, the scouts, the CBA changed at that time, as we've talked about many, many times. 2011 is the winter of our discontent. That's when everything fell apart. Yep. And that's when they made all those terrible decisions with the roster. And then he didn't have the roster and he wasn't as good. I mean, then you could say, well, maybe that's natural. I mean, you got to have the players to be a good coach. So, but he would come here. That's the thing is like, does anybody else want to come here? We have to make a decision about Joe Douglas. We have to make a decision about this guy, Aaron Rodgers. What are we going to do with him? And all of that.
Yep.
I mean, look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, we cannot tackle.
I mean, it's just a joke.
Even Sherwood's done now. You see that? That's a tackle he makes every time. Jake says, I'm not the asshole in the chat anymore, being negative now that everyone realizes what I was feeling after Buffalo. We fucking suck. Wanted to believe. I hear you. Hey, Jake, you're one of us, buddy. Don't you worry. I try to keep our heads up. There's very little today. I can't even do it. I don't even want to watch anymore.
They're really bad when no one's even yelling at me and saying, Jeremy, you're being too negative.
Right.
Because we've went so far beyond like anything that I could be negative about. I mean,
it's what's right. It's like what's left. I mean, you're watching Jamie and Sherwood, the shortest tackler on the team, slide off of people. You're seeing broken plays. Nobody's covering. I mean, it's toast. There's nothing to complain about. I'll still root when our offense goes on the field. I mean, I don't know what this score is going to be. And somehow I'm not going to get the over. Somehow, 51.
I mean, this is their sixth possession. They have 5 possessions and they scored on all of them.
All of them, which is not a good sign, Frank.
It's very weird. And this is only their 6th possession and they have 31 points. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I will say it till I'm blue in the face, even if he's not done in his career and he goes somewhere else and does fine. For the Jets, for where we are right now, for the future, the sooner Aaron Rodgers leaves, the better. because it's not happening with him anyway.
Yeah, it's not happening.
We have
he's done. Nobody would take him. I mean, he's going to be 41. Nobody's doing that.
We have to move forward.
Yeah, I agree. John Follinsby, team became non-competitive after firing Saleh. Hey, there's an argument to be made for that. I think there's definitely a regression. Saleh still had the ability of kind of keeping guys up. Having that Pittsburgh game happen. I mean, we didn't see that often under Saleh, like a complete and utter give up game. We didn't see it often like that.
Well,
and we're seeing it today.
The other thing is they made Ulbrich the head coach, and they didn't take away any of his defensive coordinator responsibilities. He made the choice to keep doing those things.
Yeah.
He's completely in over his head. I mean, poor guy. It's not like he's not like some very experienced guy who has head coaching experience all over the place. The reporting was that Woody liked him better now because San Francisco was interested in him for their defensive coordinator position, which is ridiculous. How is Woody running this team and he decides, Ulbrich must be good because San Francisco wanted to interview him for DC? What? How are you so out of touch with your coaches, the coaches around the league, what's going on in your league? I mean, why is he so out of it?
We would have been better off with Middleton as the head coach.
That was what I said. Everybody,
because the players would have played for him.
And plus,
and you take away,
just concentrated on the defense, and
that's right. And you just let the head coach be the head coach.
Yeah.
Arbiv checking in. The problem is that Woody is old. He's going through his late stage Leon Hess phase. He wants to win now. Not sure he wants a full rebuild. Yeah, well, he's got no choice in the matter of Arbiv, but I don't disagree with you.
I mean, what is he going to do? I mean, it's not working with Rodgers. Well, what is he going to do? Go with Tyrod or something? Derek Carr. I mean, you don't have much of a choice here. You could go with Tyrod and just try to develop Jordan Travis, and then draft another kid or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough situation we're in right now.
You know what it is?
This to work.
But you know what it is? Don't make that decision until you find out who's coming in to run this team. Don't make those decisions. God. Don't stick anybody with anything. Bring somebody in with a clean slate at least.
Well, first thing he has to decide is the general manager.
Yeah, who's going to be the GM of this team moving forward?
And then obviously, probably everyone gets fired on the coaching staff. I would fire every scout except for the college road scouts. Those guys are just filing reports. I would fire all the pro personnel scouts myself.
Whatever, man. Just clear it out. Just get rid of the stink.
Yeah.
Just clear out the stink.
It's Snoopy checking in, man. Where you been? Team quit on these clowns. That simple. Clean it. Exactly. Well said.
Don't just clear them all out and fire them, but they should just Clorox bleach the entire building. I mean, just really just wipe the stink away.
Yep. Oh my God. What a fun day, Snoop, huh? Jets Mets checking back in. Keep JD. Rex head coach, Doug Peterson offensive coordinator, Pettin back as defensive coordinator, keep Boyer for special teams, and that's a decent staff.
Not really.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. No. Peterson's not my fave.
Peterson's not really. So how good has Peterson been for what's his name? T-Law. Everybody said, "Oh, that's a perfect match." Is it? Is it really?
Poor T-Law. You're going to have 3 coaches in 5 years.
And now he's injured. He's probably out for the rest of the year.
Yep.
And he's one of the hits out of the 23 quarterbacks from 2021 to 23 that were taken, and
what
3 were hit
on second contract.
You can, if you looked at the list, you'd know who was hits and not. It's very
take long.
It's very obvious.
That's great. Oh, that's good. Kyler Murray back to pass, another completion for him, and almost a missed tackle. Oh, is that a fumble? I doubt it. 4th down. What is this?
Are they going to have to punt? Do they have a punter on the team?
So now, not only is that a Kyler Murray record, Jeremy, we're watching the Cardinals franchise record today.
And they've had quarterbacks such as
They've
Jordan Palmer.
They've had Palmer. They had Warner.
Yeah.
Nobody's done it.
They had McCown. They had legends such as.
I like your plan, Jets Mets. That's fucking fun stuff.
I will say this though, Rex would be
challenge flag. Challenge flag. We got a challenge flag.
The fumble?
We're challenging something.
We think it's a fumble.
We
want that ball back.
But you know what? Rex Ryan would be fun if not anything else.
Yeah.
It'd be more entertaining. It would be much more. We might still be losing, but it would be much more entertaining.
Oh, it'd be fun. Yeah, I'm sick of it.
What do you guys think? Can Quinnen play zero tech?
I don't think so. He sucks against the run, Frankie. So he's got a two gap. He's going to have to two gap, and he has that responsibility. It's more important to have fucking big fat run stuffers in my opinion.
But can he two gap? I mean, so if he can't zero tech, then he's got to be one of the ends in a 3-4. Can he do that?
Clearly
what the hell's
not.
he going to do?
You got to trade him.
Oh, so we got to get rid of him?
Yep.
Well, if that's the case, I mean, that's a big problem because he also makes a lot of money.
We wouldn't get a ton for him.
Yes, you would. You get a first.
We'd still get a first rounder.
I mean, this is clearly not a fumble. What are they doing? Let the guy put it to you. You haven't stopped them all game. They could have called targeting.
Oh, that might be a fumble, Frankie.
No, he's got it right here.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay.
What was he talking about?
Dude, well, look, say what you want about Aaron Rodgers. He just gifted 20 GreenBean memberships. So, you know what I mean? He's giving back.
As he's sitting on the bench. As he's on the bench.
He's like, you know what, dude? I believe it's him. And I respect it.
They touched.
I got to find out who he gave these memberships to. Hold on just a second. Let me let this catch up here.
It's always fun to learn the names of the people who just got gifted a membership.
It is. I love it.
Maybe Frankie.
We should also celebrate. That was the first drive that they didn't score any points on.
Yeah.
Good job.
Coming up, Jets. Aaron Rodgers, everybody, gifted 20 GreenBean memberships, which, by the way, a new members-only chunk of content was released this morning. I put it out there. Fair catch interference. That's right. More flags. We're on the way back.
Even Jake Asman has never gotten Aaron Rodgers to come into his stream and gift memberships.
That's right, especially during the game. He's feeling so bad. So here we go. Horatio Hornblower gets a membership. Tony Alexio gets a membership. Meadowland Swamp Thing gets one. Michael Pedregoza gets one. Ulysses Gonzalez, the Juice Main. GTA V-Man gets one. James Cole. George Curtis. Sith Happens. Green Truth. Dave J. Mull. Mike F. Doug Smith. Chick-fil-A. Mr. Flowers, Stephen K. or Steve K.
Chick-fil-A.
The Deplorable gets one. Wolf of Gotham gets one. I think that's about it. Thank you, Aaron Rodgers.
These names.
Enjoy your free super chats. Enjoy your emojis and enjoy your members-only content, everybody. Amazing. Thank you. Aaron Rodgers.
We're sorry.
I can't talk anything bad about Aaron Rodgers the rest of the stream, everybody.
Apologies to Yoshi Yamamoto. I was rooting for you to get a membership.
I am rooting for everybody to get a membership.
Yes. And everybody can.
Everybody can. I want to point out we've had over 1,000 people in here today. Currently, we have 855. The reason we're not winning is because only 247 of you chose the milk thumbs. Let's do it. Come on, everybody. At least love the channel. Give me the milk thumb. Subscribe. Frankie and Jeremy's links are right in the description. Give them some love as well.
I've got to say, I I didn't realize that because I'm watching the game on my phone that we had so many people in here. I gotta say, this is still the greatest fan base in the world, regardless.
Oh my God.
Regardless of how bad the Jets are, and the people that are in this stream right now supporting this and with us, like there's no even words of gratitude for at least being here with us.
Yeah.
I mean, or we just have we have people who are just a glutton for punishment. I mean,
no,
Frankie, they could be sadists.
Well, we could.
Well, the hope
I'm sure there's lots of fetish and weird shit going on in here too. Right?
They're just gluttons for punishment.
Well, let's just keep it to we deserve better. You, as Jets fans, you don't deserve this. Conklin with the reception gets another 8 yards. Aaron Rodgers padding the stat line at this point. Snoopy checking back in says, who you all like in the first at quarterback? We probably pick mid first. So guys like Ewers or the Georgia quarterback likely to be who will be looking at, in my opinion. I want Ward. Yeah, I don't know, man. We were talking about it. I don't really dig in until I don't let myself do it, Snoopy, till later. Look at him.
It's not the
Aaron
best.
Rodgers.
It's not the best of years. The only guy I like should probably stay in college one more year, and that's Penn State. The guy Alar, he should probably stay in college another year. He's the only guy I like this year. I love Cam Ward as a college player, but there's no guy I'm confident in that I'd want to use a first round pick on this year.
I think the LSU kid is going to go back to college. Nussbaum, what's his name? I think he'll be a good prospect next year, probably.
Aaron Rodgers in trouble. Why not? Throwing it deep.
I mean, this just looks like hot garbage, man.
On 3rd and 2.
It was 2nd and 2, by the way. It was 2nd and 2.
He had Breece Hall, but there's just something. I mean, I think Rodgers just fell off a cliff. I just think, unfortunately.
Yeah, he can't play football anymore. Like, he's just not a great quarterback anymore. He's not anything. He's a shell, not even a shell of who he was at this point. I mean, and that's why
he's just hesitating. You see him hesitating. You see lots of hesitation. You see lots of not sure. And you see lots of bad. I mean, it's just bad.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
The only time it works out is when it's
Garrett Wilson's in the game.
It's the only time it works out is when he throws to Garrett Wilson. It's like it doesn't feel like anything else works.
Poor Garrett Wilson. The kid's an absolute stud.
Stuck in this shithole.
I wonder if he's going to want to stay here. I mean,
he ain't going to want to stay.
I would try to sign him first, probably, the whole group.
Hold on there, Jake. I see you, buddy. Let me just watch this. Aaron Rodgers in shotgun. It's a 1st and 10. Gets it to Devontae Adams for a 1-yard gain.
1-yard gain, everybody.
No,
that's the very definition of inefficient. Put in Tyrod.
Put in Tyrod. I paid for mine a half hour ago. What'd you pay for? What'd you pay for?
A membership.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Membership.
You did?
He's a member.
Did I miss it?
He's a member. I don't know. Maybe he did because he's a member.
Maybe I missed it. Hold on. That sucks if I missed it, Jake, because you're the fucking man. Aaron Rodgers back to pass. Catch it to Rucker.
Jeremy
For about 6.
Look
3rd down.
Tackling. Look at the tackling on this team. Dudes catch the ball. Yeah, it's beautiful. Dudes catch the ball and they're tackled immediately.
Yeah, shoulder pad in the gut, arms wrapped around the thighs.
It's almost as if they spent their entire training camp this summer practicing.
You got to say that's a credit to JG, I would think, as they call him.
All right, here we go. Aaron Rodgers, 3rd and 4. We're at the 47-yard line.
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson for the first. Aaron Rodgers with a beautiful laser for the first down.
It's amazing.
Jets Met checking back in. Jets Met says, I'm a recovering addict, and I have to say nothing makes me contemplate going back like this goddamn team. Jets Mets, as you know, I'm also a recovering addict. I have many years.
Don't do it, Jets Mets. Don't do it. It's not worth it,
buddy. Just fucking do it.
Find a
I'm
hobby.
I'm just kidding.
Find a hobby, Jetsman.
Hey, man, if I can do it, you can do it. We're in this together, buddy. I haven't done heroin in a long time. Look at this. Gets it to Isaiah Davis running, getting himself a first down.
Wow, they brought Isaiah Davis into the game.
I wonder why, though. Like, what's going on? Are you just deciding to keep Brees healthy?
31-6. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, he's staying in.
Let's
looking at Pashano on that one.
This is wacky. Pashano, Isaiah Davis.
Look at this. Look at this. Ooh.
Conklin wants to do, what's the flag? Come on, everybody. Holding Isaiah Davis.
It would be interesting to throw the ball to Corley a little bit now. Let's see what he got. Let's get him the ball. Let him barrel into people. Let's see what we got in him.
Jonathan Francois checking in. What's the penalty? Hold on.
He touched his hat and then pointed to us.
Oh.
Hate that penalty.
Yeah.
They should give like a 15-yard box to these guys. What is the point if a guy's 3 yards downfield? Why is that illegal? I've said this before. People might remember. I hate that penalty. They should give like a 15-yard box for that, not a 2-yard box.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So dumb.
I want to see Corley in there. I want to see Isaiah Davis in there.
Yeah.
I mean, let these guys play.
Yeah. Johnny says trade for Daniel Jones and cut A-Rod. Imagine. Yeah. You imagine.
But Gibson's in there, so we can find out about him.
Yeah, we got to know what he's all about. Aaron Rodgers back to pass, throws it. Gets it to Devontae Adams, who can't quite keep his feet and can't quite get to the first down marker.
We can't quite do anything.
He looks a little bit tired, doesn't he? Tony Alexio, new stream beaner, says, we finally found a field goal kicker. Yeah, he gave us our only points today. That's exciting. Those two kicks could have gotten us 2 more wins. Right there. That point number. Aaron Rodgers back to pass, gets it to, nope, looked like a catch, but it's not on 2nd and 1.
Just like there's no, I don't know, man.
Skill? Did you mean to say no skill?
I was gonna say, like continuity. There's no.
Even some of our scoring drives are ugly. It's true.
All right, here we go. Garrett Wilson in motion. They're showing blitz, and it's coming. Gets it to Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams has been reduced to a check down receiver.
We are in the red zone, Jeremy. 6:25 to go in the game.
Haven't scored a touchdown yet against Arizona.
Well, they only let up 9 points last week, so they're on a
I guess
there's a trend. There's a trend.
It just doesn't feel right.
No,
Perfect.
I hear you.
It's a beautiful evening there.
Ryan King, our defense is practicing flag football tonight. Yeah, it looks like it. That's what it looks like. Aaron Rodgers gets it to Brees Hall, runs into a very, very short tackle there.
If they score a touchdown, A-Rod will take his helmet off and run to the 50-yard line and look at the camera and say, "Are you not entertained?"
Right. Francois checking back in. Trade Sauce while we still can. We can't trade anybody right now, everybody. The trade deadline is come and gone. Oh, Garrett Wilson trying to do another crazy-ass catch. If he would have caught that one, it would have been more impressive than last week.
Wow, I wonder what Sauce would have brought in if we had traded them last week before the deadline. What kind of haul could we have gotten for him? Really try to make it. He tried to make
something to consider in the offseason for sure.
Yeah.
If we're going to totally rebuild it, I mean, you got to see what people are willing to offer you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just not Garrett.
Yeah, I literally say everybody's for sale except Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall, I'd say.
Oh my God.
Look at the fundamental. Look how fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. That's what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
That's called fundamentals and tackling.
It's not about the names on the back. It's just a team that's well coached.
That's right. Evan bringing up my our consumption of Dr. Pepper today. Yeah, I'm on a little Dr. Pepper kick today. It's usually I drink other things, but my son went and got a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper, and I feel like, why should he have any? I'm drinking them all. Why not? All right, here we go. 4th and 4 on the 11-yard line. Aaron Rodgers back to pass. Had all the time he needed. We can't do it. Malachi Corley dropping the ball this time. Not bad, incomplete pass at the 1. So that's it for that. I would have kicked the field goal there.
It just tells you everything you need to know. Like we learned. If you didn't already know, I think we now know that we should be on the side of really hoping that Aaron Rodgers is not our quarterback next year. I don't care who it is. It's just it would waste a year of a rebuild. In other words, we really need them to wave the white flag and admit that this was a failure and we need to start again. And if we don't do that and he comes back and they try to hold these players, we're just going to waste another year.
St. Nick says Jets fans do deserve this. We made the choice, the decision to support this thing. No, I don't know. It's like saying, you show up at a picnic and a fucking, guy gets drunk and hits you over the head with a beer bottle. It's like, well, you were at the picnic. You know what I mean? I don't know. Granted, in your defense, it's not like it's our first picnic.
I don't think we deserve.
Hey, now if you got hit in the head every picnic, every Sunday for 42 years, same guy gets up and hits you in the head with a bottle, maybe it is your fault at that point. It's a good point, St. Nick. I'll think about this. I'll ponder this. Everybody needs to be. I would trade everybody.
I mean, I know you, GreenBean. Picks.
That's
anybody. It's like, except for Garrett Wilson, if you're gonna give us good picks, we'll take it. Spread it out a little because you can't have it all in 1 year anyway. So spread it out a little bit. Give us some 25 picks, some 26 picks. Let's spread it out and have a few years of lots of draft picks.
Yeah, the thing is with Sauce is he's been playing injured all year. The tackling thing is a problem. But that's I don't know, man. I just don't see this staff. And granted, we're not there every day, but it's consistent. It's not just one player. You know what I mean? Everybody can't tackle.
Right. Our linebackers can't tackle.
Sauce, he was brought into the NFL with this regime. They're going to, like Frankie talked about before with the excuses. Salah makes excuses. Ulbrich they all make excuses. There's no accountability. We don't bench guys when they don't play well. We never do that shit. So that's how he's going to be. And if we're not practicing tackling, if we're not putting a focus on that, there's not going to be a focus on it. We're not going to be good at it.
I bet
31.
I bet we could lose a lot of these players. Right? Start a rebuild, keep some of them. We're not going to trade everyone. If we got a good coaching staff to come in, we'll be better than this team with much less of a roster. But we'll be a better team. We won't be getting blown out of games like this. We'll see a team that doesn't give up. I honestly think with even losing a lot of the players, if we get a new coach and a new attitude and new mentality, we might see a better football team.
Yeah. This is like the doldrums, dude. Because we're in it. We're up to our ears in shit. And there's no life raft. There's no branches. You got dead cap shit. You know what I mean? It's like it's brutal.
It's brutal. The Rodgers thing it turned out to be so brutal, not just for the player, but for the money that now we're stuck with. Is just brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, because Frankie, you're right. If he retires, then the $65 million isn't 26; it becomes 2025 plus 20 more. So it's or not 30 more. I think it's going to be like, I don't know. Will it be like 90
Look
million?
at that shit. Yeah, we're done. Why is this? Why don't they stop it? Stop the fight. Please
stop the game.
Stop the fight.
Do the thing where we all run out in the field, get confused, think the game's over, and start all running out on the field.
Yeah, right.
Shake hands.
I mean, if the refs throw a flag at this point, they should be fired. You let this one tick, 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 tick.
I'm sorry, but that sauce, missed tackle on McBride, that was
that kind of shit. Yeah, that was the game.
That was the end of the game. The game
yeah,
ended.
Really. I mean, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. Granted, it's like obviously there's lots more going on, but that was it. We stopped them.
That was it.
That was the first and only opportunity to really stop them
and have hope to then
have a punt
back in the game. And
yep. Jonathan Francois says maybe Woody can get Chris an ambassadorship. I know, just all of them, everybody. Somebody's got to call Donald Trump and tell him take all the Johnsons, please. If they have a nephew, take him too. Everybody, take them all, please.
Why won't they just sell the team? Like, what's their obsession with these
dumb... It's a profitable enterprise. Yeah. It's like telling somebody, why don't you tell the owners of Walmart to sell Walmart?
But they can get
it's a cash cow.
They can get billions for them.
They do every year. But think about it, Jeremy. Yeah. What product? Like, what business in the world can you have a consistently failing product and still 10 times your value?
It's amazing.
Not to mention, they also own half of that building, and that building is very profitable. You know, they don't just play football there. They have the two teams that play football there, but then they have concerts, they have soccer, they have all sorts of stuff go on, and those concerts are super profitable. I mean, it's a cash cow. It's something you can hand down to your children. You could have generational wealth for,
forever.
There's zero chance they're going to sell. That's why I put out a video saying Woody needs a consigliere. That's what he needs. He needs a consigliere. When you're in the mafia, the Don has a consigliere.
Right. You have somebody you trust.
Yeah.
To give you the scoop. And right.
Because you don't know, this guy's lying to me, that guy's lying to me, I'm not sure what to do. You go to the consigliere and he tells you what to do. And the consigliere needs to be in between the football and the business side. Because you got the business side that's headed up by Jaime, what's his name? El Hai. And he's telling you, do stuff. And then you got the football side headed up by Douglas. And those two can be in conflict at times. And this is every football team. It's not just the Jets. So you need a consigliere to sit in the middle and say, all right, this is what we need to do, Woody. Because obviously Woody doesn't know. Because Woody's never built a business. Woody got his inheritance from Johnson & Johnson. He took that money and a bunch of other money from very rich people that he knew from the country club, put it into the stock market, created a hedge fund, called that a business, and made tons and tons of money because the stocks went up. It's not exactly building the same type of business where you sell a product to people and you got to make your customers happy and all that. So he doesn't know what to do. He's not really a businessman. He's just a rich hedge fund dude. Just like David Tepper down in Carolina. David Tepper, one of the worst owners in the league also, but also very rich. So he needs a consigliere. That's what I think. That's the only thing I could come up with because he's not selling the team. He's just not. He's going to be here. So, that's the only thing I could really come up with.
All right. Oh my God, the Jets stopped him and he bounces it out for a 9 or 7 yard gain or 8 yards. Why not? Jake checking back in. I have trashed Rex more than anyone in the chat over the years. I would take him for 1 year with the talent. Otherwise, just sell everything. What an interesting idea. Fire the coaching staff, keep everybody together, bring in Rex, and just say, try to motivate him. If you can't, you're fired. You get 1 year. He'd do that too.
See, I think Aaron Rodgers has got to go because you can't have a strong personality coach come into the locker. It's going to clash. That's what I think. I think that Aaron wants to be in charge, and he's not going to. Rex would clash with him personality wise. I think Rodgers got to go. If you really want to bring in someone that's going to change the culture and everything, you got to get rid of Rodgers.
Well, the Jets stopped him on third down, everybody. 55 seconds left. Why aren't they in victory position? I don't understand. I guess you can't. Yeah, what is it going to get? No, you're only going to get down to, yeah, you'll get there. This is it. Okay. I like your idea, Jake. I'm in. Brandon Neiman checking in. I feel for the season ticket holders. Terrible. I feel for everybody. I mean, right. You know, that's another level. Put out all that money. You pay the PSLs and all that shit. At least the season ticket holders can sell their tickets to the opposing team's fans, though. You do get a little give back, though, Brandon. Michael Petagrosa, forgetting about JJQ, McDonald, MC2, Sherwood, and Quincy. What do you mean forgetting about them? To bring them back?
You got to bring back somebody.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have a team. So, I mean, those are good guys. I like all those guys, you know?
I mean, but we can't sign Reddick. You know, we also have cap problems. If Rodgers goes, we got even more cap problems. So it's going to be difficult, but you need, I don't know. We need to start making some decisions. Joe Douglas is the first decision. Aaron Rodgers is the second decision. Then the head coach and the staff is the third decision. And once you start making those decisions, you come up with a way to go. Do you try to salvage this roster? Like, for example, if you go with, let's say as an example, we keep McCarthy, we keep Rodgers. I'm not saying we should do this, but for example, and we're going to keep the majority of the team together and just kind of retool. Then you would want a coach like Mike McCarthy, for example, to just come in, be Rodgers, be with Rodgers. He went to the Super Bowl with him and just try to do it that way. But if you're not going to go with Rodgers and you're going to start over, then you probably need to get creative. Maybe a college coach, maybe the Gruden's plan or somebody like that. I don't know.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting offseason, everybody. We still got a whole bunch of games left, so we'll see. I am now officially rooting for Tank. I would play all the young kids. I think I just step in as Woody and I go, look, buddy, Elbricht, I'm sorry. You got to play these guys.
Not to mention, this is a little weird, but Tyron Smith shouldn't play another down for us.
Yeah.
He's got all sorts of incentives
right.
that if he doesn't hit them can provide us some cap relief next year. So,
yep.
And we need
Francois organizing a vaccine drive in protest of A-Ride. Let me know how that goes. Jake says Rex could coach talent. He sucked with personnel. Yeah,
that's the thing. If he comes in here, you got to say you got very little say in personnel. You need a strong GM with Rex.
Yep, that's the way that will have to go. Holy shit, guys. What a turd of a day. I was actually positive. I mean, look, I knew we talked about it. I knew that the Cardinals were better than they maybe that a lot of people gave them credit for. I also watched last week's stuff from them, and I was like, okay, man, like but I thought it was going to be a little bit more of a game, truth be told.
Mm-hmm.
So not fun. My Bet US stuff is not going to be looking very good. The Jets lost. So with this slaughter, I still didn't get the over, which is amazing to me. I don't know how the hell that happens, Jeremy.
Because we didn't score.
Even if they were touchdowns, we would have had it. We would have had it. This was an over waiting to happen. But yeah, man. I mean, what else do we say about this shit? Rob Iman, I'd go savage mode and bench Rodgers for Tyrod. I mean, do the Jets? We can't even bench. Like, we didn't even really bench Zerline. He was losing games for us straight up. I don't think they can bench. I don't think they have it in them to bench Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think
Here's
so.
an interesting stat. Jamie Sherwood had 17 tackles in this game.
How many missed, Frankie?
Christ.
This doesn't say, but it's one tackle for loss, 7 solos. That's a lot of tackles. I don't think I've ever seen that many.
Yeah.
Just looking for something. I mean, Garrett Wilson, 5 catches, 41 yards. Brees Hall, 10 carries, 52 yards, 5.2 average. I mean,
what was Aaron
not
Rodgers' line?
Not good. 22 for 35, 151 yards with a 4.3 average. No touchdowns, no interceptions, 3 sacks for 23 yards, and a passer rating of 72.4. Bad.
Nice.
Whereas
very good. Good stuff.
Kyler Murray had a passer rating of 126.7. He went 22 out of 24, Kyler Murray. Whoa.
And those 2 incompletions were in the first half. So he went the entire second half without a single incompletion. There goes Bryce Huff providing pressure for the Eagles. So that's good.
So you see the Cowboys are getting clobbered, right? So they're going to go to 3-6. They have Trey Lance in the game. So McCarthy's probably getting fired. So
yeah,
he's an option. I know people aren't going to like it, but there's not he's a guy who would look at our opportunity and say, okay, that's probably my last ride. I'm open to it. Like I was saying, the top coaches are not going to be open to this opportunity. So we got to get.
I agree. It's like what Francois you're saying, Vrabel. That's my choice too. Although that stat, what was it? 2 out of the last 20 years Super Bowls were defensive guys. The rest are offense.
Yeah, I mean Vrabel. We would love to have Vrabel, but I don't think he's going to want to come here. Why would he come here? He's going to have his pick of the litter. He's going to be the top coach available, one of the top 3 for sure. This cycle, there's going to be 8 openings. Why would he choose us? That's the question.
You got number one. It's got to be money and control. Like you got to say to him, like, "Hey, you're the guy we want. I'll let you pick the GM."
Well, maybe if we do that, and then you could bring in, I guess he'd probably want to get his guy, John, what was his name? John Robinson with the Titans. He'd probably want him to come in. We basically just become the new Titans. We were the old Titans. Now we become the new Titans.
That's right.
But
we keep Downing, you think?
Yeah, keep Downing, probably keep Carter. I mean, we have a bunch of Titans already here. But like for him, okay, so we were paying Saleh $5 million a year. 5. That was the bargain basement salary for head coaches. The top of the line is Sean Payton at 18. What do you think Woody's going to pay? You're saying you're going to lure him with money. You think Woody's going to pay him 15? Because I don't think he is. I don't think he's going to pay 15 for a head coach.
Why not? He's 80. He's going to be, he'll be 79 years old.
Well, I don't know, man. We just haven't paid. We haven't done that. We've gotten neophytes and pay them the bargain basement to say, all right, we're paying you the least, but you've never been a head coach before. So,
Seems to be our MO.
I mean, if you want Sean Payton, look how much money they pay Sean Payton, and they paid draft picks to the Saints. They gave up draft picks and $18 million a year to get Sean Payton. That's a commitment. That's called getting your man. That's the type of thing we need to do. But the owners of that team now are the Waltons people.
Yeah, the Waltons. They came in and said, all right, enough of this. We know how to succeed. Who's out? You're right. They didn't dilly-dally. They made a commitment. They got it done.
But do you think Woody can do that? I mean, Woody hires consultants to tell him who's available. I mean, I could go through the Green Book right now and tell him who's available. You know the Green Book?
Yeah. Well, tell us who's available.
I mean, I don't have it in front of me. I'd have to go find it.
Oh, Frankie.
But basically, it's every assistant general manager on every team. Every team has an assistant general manager. The Green Book has to list them by name. I could email them today. It has their emails. I could call them up. Has their phone number. So like it's all the assistant general managers on all the teams. That's your list. That's where you start. Why do you need a consultant? You know what I mean? That's how clueless Woody is.
Well, thinking's overrated. So
thinking's overrated.
It's a crazy thing, guys. I mean, I don't even know at this point. I mean, it's just because we don't know what their plan is, right? With Joe Douglas. I mean, Joe Douglas to me seemed those comments were telling, in my opinion.
He looked like he looked like a whipped dog.
He looked completely beaten, didn't he?
I mean, he was blood brothers with Robert Saleh. Those two were blood brothers in arms. And Woody just came in and said, "Get out of here, Bob."
Yeah,
I think that killed Douglas. I think that killed Joe Douglas.
I think so too. Well, and he realized where he is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay. So that's how it really is here.
He probably was fighting the good fight all these years, trying his best with Saleh arm in arm to fix this. And you got to worry. Then you got to think about the money men, Jaime and all them. How much power do they have relative to Douglas? So that could be a problem. But I think he kind of just was like, well, I can't. I lost the fight.
I'm waiting for the Ulbricht presser. I'm really curious here.
God, he must be dreading that.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
I would just say, what do you want me to say? We suck.
Hey, let me just show you guys something. I want to just this is funny. Okay, you ready? I want to show you guys the headline for the Ulbricht presser, like the thumbnail, I should say. Frankie, look at it.
We're gonna take a hard look at everything.
Drink, everybody drink. Doesn't have to be alcohol. It does not need to be alcohol, but everybody
Is that
drink.
not the shit right there, dude? Come on.
Is that from today?
No, that's already a month ago, but it's just
well that's even worse. We took a hard look a month ago. You need to look harder.
Something tells me you're not looking hard enough. Frankie,
maybe you're looking at the wrong thing, dumb.
Is there any way that we can get Rodgers out? Let's say Rodgers goes, but we eat everything in 25 and we're free and clear in 26?
Yeah. If he retires, it accelerates. That's what I was saying. If he retires, everything accelerates. It's a huge balloon of a hit in 25.
I'll take it.
But then you're free and clear.
I'll take it. I think that's a good thing.
We just gotta tell him to retire, and he gets his money, and we take a cap hit, and he doesn't play anymore, and that's it.
I say that's a good thing. 1 year. We have to eat next year. We're not going to win anything next year anyway. It's going to take a while to rebuild anyway. Just get.
And you still have Tyrod if you want to use him as a bridge.
Right.
You still have Jordan Travis. He could be quarterback too, and you take one in the draft. Probably not in the first round, or second or third. Take one in the middle rounds. You hope Jordan works out, but if not, then you reassess. I mean, and then you got to think about the coach. I mean, if Rodgers goes, then you got to think about the coach. You could do my Gruden's plan. You got to think about other people. I don't know, but it's going to be. I mean, if you want Vrabel, I would put it this way: if you want Vrabel, you got to pay him $20 million. I would say a year to come here. Is Woody going to pay the head coach $20 million? And he gets John Robinson, his preferred, GM, his former GM. He probably wants John Robinson back. They work together.
Do it.
Give him I say do it, but I say do it, but I don't pay the 20. I'm not signing a $20 million check.
Yeah, but Woody's going to do, but he's going to be 80 years old, dude. Like, he's going to pull a Leon Hess and say, I deserve some damn enjoyment from this team too.
But that's what it'll take. If you want Vrabel, you get John Robinson as a 1-2, and you got to pay $20 million to Vrabel and probably I don't know how much to Robinson, probably 10. I guess I don't know.
I mean, obviously it's not my money, but I would love it as a fan.
Because the going rate, because that's what he's going to tell you. His agent will be like, "Look, Sean Payton got 18 after basically he got 18. We're at that tier," he would say if he's negotiating. But you want us to come to that shithole New Jersey where you can't even pump your own gas, and you shake hands with a female, and you get mononucleosis. Okay, fine. I'm going
shake hands. That's what you're saying.
If you shake hands,
saying that Sammy did not do anything. Sammy was just shaking hands. He was greeting.
Who knows what he was doing?
Frankie, let me say this. I used to, when I lived in Jersey, I looked at the pump and gas thing as like such a benefit. Like why all these other states, I loved it. When I go to New Jersey now, it is the most aggravating thing in the world to me that I have to wait for some fucking jabroni to walk over.
Right.
I got to give him my card, and then he's over there. It's done, but I got to wait. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'll do it, man. Just get out of my way. It's a crazy thing, dude. Living in Florida and
49 states. 49 states have realized this is not necessary, but New Jersey's got to figure it out.
Yeah,
but
I know.
But I mean,
Oregon was the last holdout. It's funny. When I was traveling, I went to Oregon right before it ended, and I got out to pump my gas, and there was a lady. She looked at me. She goes, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing. What are you doing?" You know, she's saying hi. She's like, I'm like, wait a minute. Is this a pump your gas state? She said, yeah. But they got rid of it, and they were the last holdout. Jersey's it. My sisters still think it's great. Anybody else feel like that? I'm going to put that in a poll.
But, so you're going to have to, if you want Vrabel, that's what you got to pay. And I'm not sure Woody, I don't know, man. Woody, how old is he?
78 or 79. I think he's 78.
I mean, he's going to be the ambassador to England. I mean, he's going to be 82 years old when that's over. I mean, that's kind of crazy. How much enjoyment is he going to get from the team if he's the ambassador to England?
It's very easy. You just put on the TV, but he's got to wake up, or it's late at night. He's no Phil Adams. Woody is no Phil Adams. He's not going to commit and watch he's going to go, of course I didn't see it. It was on at fucking 2 a.m. and we're going to tell him Phil Adams saw it.
I mean, but that's just watching games. I mean, so that he's not going to be on the practice field. He's not going to be in the building. He's not going to walk around and get to know the guys and say, look at my Woody chain, everybody, and all of the interactions and all that stuff. I mean, so he's just going to enjoy the team as a fan would, just turning on the game in England like Phil Adams does. I mean, that's kind of weird. And you're the owner of the team. Like, the hell.
Here we go, Frankie. We'll do this for a minute and then we'll here we go. You guys ready?
Looks, everybody.
Count how many times he says it.
How the game is called, and then the execution by the players. So that's a collective failure by all of us.
Yeah, it looked like you were going to have a stop on 3rd and 7. Get Cardinals off the field.
Whoops.
Back to your offense, and you saw us miss that tackle. They scored the touchdown after that. I mean, how big of a turning point was that specific play?
Yeah, it's just one of many plays that we got to get better at, and it comes down to, like I said, technique, base fundamentals, tackling, getting off blocks. I mean, the stuff that the foundation of defensive football, and it wasn't even close to good enough today.
On the drive to start the second half, you get to the 3. Did you consider kicking a field goal there just to get a positive out of the drive? And number 2, why 3 straight passes?
I just want to stay aggressive. We were in the hole. We weren't doing a good job defensively right there. I wanted a momentum shift, and so we went for it.
With that, how can that have like a cumulative effect on morale when it's been back several games now and then multiple times in the game when you just keep missing these opportunities to bring guys down?
Yeah, it's not good enough. It sustains drives for them, and when you get an opportunity to make the tackle, you've got to do everything that we know and we preach, and we got to take the extra step. We have to wrap. We have to commit to getting more than one hat to the ball.
Wrap.
We have to understand leverage and how we approach tackles. All of those things not good enough right now.
What's your message to them now that the playoffs mathematically just are pretty much a long shot?
Yeah, we're gonna keep fighting. That, like, in all honesty, the playoffs should be the last thing on our mind right now. We just got to play better football. We got to get back to basics. We got to get back to doing the things that we do well, featuring the players in the best way that we can, and then the players got to do the best job of executing the game plan, and we'll take this one game at a time, and we'll see what happens. But the beauty of this locker room, though, is we have some very prideful men in there, which I think is
pride
to how they finished that game, especially in that fourth quarter, the back half of the fourth quarter. There was not one quit from anybody, offense, defense, or special teams. The character of that locker room is right. Just got some things we got to fix and clean up.
You mentioned the layoff, the long layoff here. This is 2 times where you guys had a really nice performance on a Thursday night and then followed it up with a loss. Do you think that's contributing?
Take a hard look at that.
There it is. Yay, we drink.
obviously that's something that I can control as far as how we prepare on the longer layoff. So get to the bottom of it and see exactly what the problem is.
Coach,
It's too late. There's no more long.
kind of manifested itself in the game tonight.
Yeah, I'll say this, they probably passed the ball a little bit more than we had anticipated. Like we had a huge emphasis on stopping the run, understanding that was the style of that offense. They've made their money in the run game, and Kyler did an amazing job. Credit to him to hit us, and especially when we didn't execute, we didn't do a good enough job in coverage at times too. So they did a great job. They had a great plan for us.
Jeff, this is week 10 and things are getting worse in terms of the tackling and fundamental things. How can you improve on that in the middle of the season?
We can still drill it, and we will. That's the one thing that our defense is built on. Because we don't do a ton of stuff, it gives us the opportunity to really hone in on fundamentals.
Come on, one more.
Obviously, we have not done a good enough job of that, especially as of late. So it's something that we got to go back home, and we got to get back to what we do.
What was the explanation on the play just before the 2-minute warning, first half, where they looked like they kind of fumbled the ball, and then they said like do over basically?
Yeah, they didn't have. They said they weren't ready to officiate the play. So it was a do-over. They didn't know if it was offsides. They didn't know if it was false start. I think they were a little unsure, so it was just redo the play.
You've been around a long time. You ever seen that?
No, I have not.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Open. I'll let you guys know in the room.
There it is.
Just one hard look, but he did say some interesting things. Fundamentals. He's right about that. He's diagnosing its fundamentals. How much he can fix it at this point in time is probably, but at least he knows its fundamentals. I'll give him that much. It's the fundamentals. It's tackling. It's alignment, assignment, fundamentals, techniques. It's the basics of football. It's football 101, which I think is actually an indictment of Saleh and the whole coaching staff, but Saleh being the boss of the coaching staff all these years, that's an indictment of them, I think.
Yeah. No, I agree. Michael M. with a comment on Gruden. I want to point out, I know a lot of people say this, Michael, that Gruden never won anything. Dungy gifted him a Super Bowl win. You got to remember the team that he played in the Super Bowl that year. Does anybody remember? It was the Raiders. It was the team that Gruden built. So he played against his team a year later. So he had a winning team. The Raiders were badass at that point. I believe it was Gannon, if I remember correctly, the quarterback. And so his team made it to the Super Bowl. The team that he just left went to the Bucs and played. So it's not like the guy's chopped liver.
And also,
he's a good coach.
And also, we can't nitpick. We're the Jets. You're not getting the top guys. I don't know how many times I have to say that. So you have to get creative. And I think the double Gruden thing is we can get some good football minds in here with some toughness and some grinders, the Gruden grinders. I mean, we can't really nitpick about this and that. Oh, the Super Bowl he won, let's discount it. Well, he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Not discounting anything. We can't even get to the playoff. We can't even have a winning record. Talking about nitpicking somebody, they won a Super Bowl. Not good enough. No. We're the Jets. We can't even have a winning season. We can't even make the damn playoffs, and we're nitpicking somebody else's Super Bowl championship. I mean, come on. Give me a break.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's the whole thing with, Gruden and whatever went on. I don't know what that is, but as far as the coach, I'd take Gruden in a heartbeat. Jake checking in. I'd like to say Ulbrich had no shot to fix his culture, but he didn't try on the whole accountability thing we hear about, but never see acted on. Yeah, I mean, I think it's like, I agree with that. I mean, it was a very slim chance that firing Saleh and promoting Ulbrich, and especially while Frankie mentioned this earlier, while keeping him, his defensive coordinator duties. I mean, that was low probability to be the move, unless there was a lot of rifting with Saleh and Roger, and there was all kinds of shit going on that we don't know about. I don't know. I'm with you. It was a first time head coach fixing this bullshit. I don't know, but he's been here the whole time, so he's part of the problem too. With that all said, I think this is about. Oh, what's that? I have a whole code up there that I didn't even see. That was last week's code. Speaking of codes, don't forget about our good buddy, regular viewer, William Sprague's wife is in the hospital, guys. So his the link to the GoFundMe to help him out, pay for some of those bills is at the top of the chat. And I want to end this poll about the gas. Let's see if people like it. 59% do not like that Jersey pumps your gas for you, Frankie. So most of them agree. Pretty good numbers. And I want to just thank BetUS. I lost my bets today. I won the one bet, the halftime over, we won. And the second, picking the Jets to win, fool's errand, as I know. And the over, the Jets, while we got blown out, they scored 31 points. We still couldn't get to the over of 51. So I lost. But that doesn't mean that you have to, everybody. Don't forget about the promo code YouTube150 when you go to BetUS, because they're going to give you an amazing offer. 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. And that also includes 125% bonus on your next two deposits up to $2,000. So BetUS helping out where they can. You just got to bet opposite GreenBean, and you're going to be doing quite well out there. Frank, you got anything coming up?
Yeah, we'll do some things on the channel this week. We'll do some breakdowns. We'll probably take a look at the grades. We'll probably do some film studies of some of our young players. We did a film study of Braden McGregor this week. That was very popular for some reason. So we'll continue to probably do film studies to try to find maybe some gems on this roster, some hidden gems perhaps, or some people we need to get rid of on the other hand. So we'll probably continue to do those film studies, data analytics, all the things that we do, and Coffee with Frankie on Sundays.
There you go. Coffee with Frankie, one of the best. If you're going to drink coffee, you might as well drink it with Frankie. That's my thoughts. Jeremy, what do you got, buddy?
I got a new video coming out tomorrow for my brother on Brooklyn Brothers Food Review. If you haven't subscribed to that, you should. Brooklyn Brothers Food Review. And, of course, I'm on Jets Chaos. And, there might be some somber videos coming up in the next couple of weeks. Who knows? But, what could you say? It's tough times. We're kind of, I guess, in transition towards looking to the future. It's a sad thing.
Earlier than usual with Aaron Rodgers. I guess it is November, but we like to say Thanksgiving. But, man, we're already there. Guys, I want to thank BetUS, but I'm even more so want to thank you for dealing with this shit team like we do. Again, I'm a firm believer that you deserve better. I want to thank Frankie and Jets Chaos for being here. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, it is greatly appreciated when you do. It's the only way we can grow up. E-Boogie sliding in at the last minute. What do you got, Jeremy? You want to say something?
No, you had one more super chat.
You were going to say, oh, good on you, man. E-Boogie, my buddy, checking in, says, can we trade for Andy Reid and KC GM? Send 5 first-rounders, 5 seconds, 5 thirds, maybe some players.
No, they would say no. The best we could offer you is offensive coordinator Matt Nagy. That's it. That's the best you could do. Take him off the Andy Reid tree. You don't want him? You're not getting Andy.
Yeah, there's no way. I know. But, look, Leon Hess pulled together a coup. He went and stole Bill Parcells from the Patriots. So who knows? Maybe we got something like that. There's only like 4 or 5. No, I think there's 5 Jets trades for coaches in the NFL, like in recent history, right? Since the merger, there's like 5. 3 of them have the Jets involved. So interesting stuff. You got the Parcells. You got the Belichick. You got the Hearn.
We've tried.
We've tried, guys, but we have not succeeded yet. Thank you, E-Boogie. Thanks, everybody else. With that all said, we're going to get on out of here. I got to record this shitty podcast for tomorrow. We'll see what I come up with. Guys, and try to enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, go Jets. See you later. No, he fakes it. He's setting them up. Throws it to fucking Conklin or Rucker. It's really just the Jets chamber pot. Oh, we suck at stuff. To Garrett Wilson.
Oh,
Who
what a
won the
catch!
down?
What a catch!
That was all Zach, everybody. Oh, Quinn gets him. Yeah!
Yes!
Look at this.
What is it?
Shit, everybody. A real live offensive touchdown. Got pressure. Run, you idiot. Here we go. Oh, that's a catch. That's a catch. All right, everybody. Garrett Wilson doesn't give a shit. Look at Zachy do, huh? Let's go, Zod. Gets it around the end. Run, little guy. Touchdown.
Oh!
Are you kidding me? I believe in Zod. Let's go, Jets.